Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the first ODI between Pakistan and Australia. We covered a majority of the test matches. The T20s are just around the corner, or should I say the one T20. And now we have got the first of three ODIs. It's currently sitting 11 p.m. here in New Zealand. It's going to be a late night. I hope you guys are all doing well and hope you are all excited for some cricketing action. At this stage, we do know that Pakistan, they won the toss and they decided that they do want to have a bowl first in these conditions. Now, we are at the same location as the third test match, and that will be the same location as all of the matches that we do have for the shorter format. But I'm seeing a few Australians there in terms of Marnus Labuschagne. I know that there were a couple late changes that they did have to make for Australia and their lineup, but they've lost Cummins, they've lost Hazelwood, they've lost Stark, they've lost a majority of those fellas who were prominent throughout those test matches. But I do see that man Sean Abbott was very good with the quick ball, and we will let you know exactly who is in the starting lineup and also who is the 12th man for both of these sides in a very, very short moment. But if you are new to that channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We will just get this up quickly while we have got the Australian national anthem playing currently in our eardrums. They'll be excited for this match. I know that they are a 38% likeliness of being able to win. Cheers, says David as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well. Hope you're excited as well for this one. So the lineup that Australia have gone with, it is going to be Aaron Finch as the captain, Travis Head, Ben McDermott, Marnus Labuschagne is in there, Marcus Stoinis, Cameron Green, Alex Carey, Sean Abbott, Nathan Ellis, Adam Zampa, and then Mitchell Swepson is the last man in the Australian lineup for Pakistan. In this game, it is Babar Azam, Fakhar Zaman as the two openers, Imam Al-Haq, who we did see prominent throughout the test series, and also we have got the Ohio as well, says Aussie Cricket. And also made the cricket session. What did you get up to during the break? Pretty much just having food and also getting ready for this one because it is going to be a relatively late night here in New Zealand. Probably if we do the whole match, we'll be going through to around 6:30, 7 a.m. New Zealand time. So I had to make sure that I had everything planned out for today and tomorrow just so that I can allow myself stay up all night pretty much, I guess you could say. But then Muhammad Rizwan, he will be there at number 4. Then it is Saud Shakil there at 5. Iftikhar Ahmed, then Kushdil Sahar in there, Hassan Ali, Muhammad Wisdom, and there Harris Ralph, who we do know a little bit of from the BBL, and then Zahid Mahmood there as the number 11, as the left arm leg spinner, I believe, or right arm leg spinner, there. But this is the lineup that both sides have gone with, and I'm excited to see how they go here for the Australians. They do need to make sure that they start this match well. If they do not, they will get a little bit of a struggle. And also, what's a go-to snack to eat for a stream? And there says Danny, nothing too special really, whether it's a nut bar or something like that, or if I'm having something that's a bit more of a meal, it's probably just a plate of chips or something just to get me through the live streams. Like I don't normally get too much of a chance to cook anything in between of substance. It's more of just something that will make it so that I'm not hungry throughout. And also, how many Australians have got the COVID? And there says Greg, not huge amounts, I don't think, at this stage. Although if you're talking in Australia, quite a few at this point in time. But the Australians, they have lost quite a few of their players. That is due to the IPL. So the likes of David Warner, he's no longer there. Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood, Mitchell Stark, Nathan Lyon, I don't think has gone to the IPL, but he is going to be returning to Australia and hot chips. And there, as I says, David the Mod, yeah, pretty stock standard, but they do the job of keeping me full enough of the breaks. But now Aaron Finch and Travis Head both making their way out to the middle here. Travis Head, he did decent. And that one, and also we've got that Hamish won't get COVID. I wouldn't guarantee it because at the end of the day, my parents still have to go out and about, such as going to the grocery shop, going to work, etc. So just because I stay home doesn't mean there's any chance, or there's no chance of it getting here, I guess you'd say there. But currently, Aaron Finch at 35 years of age, you have to wonder how much longer he has got before he hangs it up. And also we have got their hot chips, cheese, and gravy as elite. So I've only had the hot chips. I haven't had cheese with them or gravy in there, to be honest. And Yaganaf has said, good evening. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you're doing well. Aaron Finch, very experienced man. We'll have to try take them through a little stage. They're just mentioning Travis Head. He hasn't actually played this format for 2018 or since 2018. Also, please show team both. And there says Yaganaf. So we did go through them just before, but I will go through them once again. So for Australia, the opening combo, it will be Aaron Finch, and then alongside him, Travis Head. Then after that, they've got Ben McDermott, Marnus Labuschagne, Stoinis, Green, Alex Carey, Hassan Ali looks like he's already almost ready to go for this first ball. Alex Carey, I think I mentioned. Then Sean Abbott, Nathan Ellis, Adam Zampa, Mitch Swepson in there as well. So then for Pakistan, it's Babar Azam, Fakhar Zaman as the opening combo. Imam Al-Haq is 3, Muhammad Rizwan is 4. Then it is Sakil at 5, Ahmed at 6. That is Iftikhar Ahmed. And then also Shaha at 7, Hassan Ali, Muhammad Wazim, Harris Ralph, and Zahid Mahmood. And there is Hello, says Betty Wagon. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you're doing well. I'm sure you could get COVID too. And I'm so over this Will Smith incident. Thank God for cricket. And there says David the Mod. Already Australia have got themselves up to 42% likely to win this game. And we've literally only had one ball has just been bowled. And I don't think Australia will win these one days with our best players fine to the IPL. And there as well, says Greg. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but you never know. You know, there's some good Australians, like kind of Australian players in their lineup still. Like Ben McDermott had an informed BBL, but this is completely different for these conditions. Hi, Betty. As well, says David the Mod there. Currently, it's looking like a dry surface. I can't remember what stadium we're at. I think we're at Karachi, or I might be at the wrong one. No, actually, we're in Lahore for this matchup, and it is the first of 3 ODIs, all from the same location. Nicely in behind it there for Aaron Finch. Trevor said he's already got himself 1 run of his first delivery, so very nicely done to keep himself taken over, and also no Maxwell, no Afridi. And there's RC Shaganov. So that is true. They are missing a few players in the Pakistan side as well. But it's definitely going to be interesting not seeing Glenn Maxwell, not seeing maybe someone like a Pat Cummins. Mitchell Stark is a huge one for them in the ODI format. He's going to be missing. But Aaron Finch always bats so far out of his crease just to make sure that he limits the chance of LBW, even though I think they thought that there was a chance at an LBW there. The umpire doesn't look amused. Babar Azam, he says no in the end. Now, the thing is, they have 2 reviews that they are able to use up, but of course you don't want to use them too early, or else you get yourself in a little bit of trouble of not having them for the later stages. But I'm just going to make sure that I've got both lineups up here, so I can keep track of who's bowled, how many overs, etc. And in that regard, there we go. Currently, we have got Will Smith did the right thing. If George was getting beaten in a fight, Amish would go out and join the fight. Mates help out mates as well. Although, I mean, I don't want to go too far into that situation, of course. But I guess, yeah, I know a lot of people are on the fence in that situation in terms of was it the right time to go up and smack a man who was doing his job, I guess you'd say. But, yeah, it's a weird situation overall. I think it just depends. A lot of people, it's based on do they like Will Smith or do they not like Will Smith? Do they like Chris Rock or do they not like Chris Rock, by the sounds of it? So it just depends on that one. But currently now driving his way forward, Aaron Finch with a big advance down the ground there. And that will be a little bit of an interesting play from Aaron Finch. He was advancing, trying to get in there. And also Finchy is back. And there's Arna's bowling playing, or is he on to the IPL too? I think they've left him out of the side again. I can't understand why they aren't selecting him. He's been very classy for Australia, definitely in their Ashes, and they just don't seem like, yeah, they just seem to not be wanting to select him. My matter in that matter, or my opinion in that matter, I can make a joke without offending anyone. So yeah, there as well says Abdullah. But yeah, it's certainly made a situation bigger than what, like, that's the thing. A lot of people were saying that no one knew the Oscars was on, but now no one really knows what happened in the Oscars other than that moment type thing. So I feel like I saw the video once and then I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to leave it out. And it's a comedian making a joke. Unless it was such a tame one, Will Smith should piss off or refuse to apologize to Chris afterwards as well. And there's Sebastian, yeah, not ideal. Currently looking through at the 2 lineups. I like the look of Harris Ralph in the Pakistan side. I feel like he will be one of the keys for them throughout this matchup. And also I really like Boland. Seems like a top bloke he is. He's very humble in his approach to cricket and just his approach really to life. You know, he seems like he's a laid back, almost, if he wasn't from the country, I'd be quite surprised, but he just seems like a laid back country boy type thing. Similar to what you see from Josh Hazlewood, someone like that. Now it's going to be a nice drive from Finch. It was in the air, and Wazim Jr. almost able to pick him up early. Hi, brother. Says Jack there. Welcome into the live stream. Hope you're doing well, mate. It's well fielded there, out through cover. Also, if there was a fight, I would bring Hamish as a fighting partner. I would really highly recommend not doing that, unless you just want someone who will take the beating while you get to run away. Because, yeah, fighting's not my thing overall. I feel like there are better ways of dealing with things than just going, oh, look how big and tough I am. Now the leg side a little bit, and that's going to be a little bit of pad there. And they might be able to get back for the 2. It's going to be tight running, but they have been able to get through there quite nicely. Now that is 2 more runs for Travis Head, except it wasn't a fight, Danny. It was a joke, mate. There's us, there's Sebastian. Wazim Jr. I think that was just off the pad, yeah. So you won't get the runs for that one, Travis Head, but it still ticks up a few more runs here for the Australians. Yeah, he would have been safe just. And who lives in a relationship where the wife was promiscuous with other men. Oh, Will Smith. As I said, this is David the Lord for that one. Did you work out why your little membership badge has been stolen from you? I assume it's just the case of maybe the month has run out at a random time during a live stream. I guess. And also, yeah. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of people either side of it, isn't there? And like I mentioned, it's kind of, do you like Will Smith or do you like Chris Rock? And whoever you like is kind of the one that you side towards in that situation. A few players for Pakistan getting the cap. Kissing the cap as well. I believe that was that Wazim Jr.? Kind of looked like him, but maybe not him. Hello, David. And there's Sebastian. Oh, that's close to an LBW. He's been given. Oh, see, I thought straight away pitching outside the line. Travis, he goes straight upstairs. I think he's saying pitched outside leg, and maybe that he got a bit of bat on it there for Travis Head. He's going straight away. He's saying not out, but it was very quick. And also, as he won't slap his son's mates, they got down and did he with his wife. But he'll slap a comedian. Yeah, Hamish, I rang my bank. It'll be sorted tomorrow. Cheers. And there says David. It just looked weird how all of a sudden, stole it off you halfway through a. Oh, that's not a terrible LBW shout. Right. Is this in line? I would argue pitching outside leg / umpire's call for the line of the ball. So it's whether or not it's straight enough. But he was given out very quickly by the umpire. He pretty much went straight away. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, it might be on the line of leg stump, and it's whether or not there's too much bounce on the surface. Oh, okay. There's no edge on that ball. So there's the first step. Outside leg for me, says Connor, yeah. My first reaction, yep, outside leg. And that is going to be not out. The review retained. It wasn't even really close to being on the line of the stumps either. Also, whoever backed England over West Indies was a very much wrong. And there says Gareth, and also we have got there all the women say I'm weird, Hamish, especially the misses. That's all right. I feel like if you're not weird, you're too normal. You know, being normal, nothing wrong with it. But sometimes a little bit of weird is all right. I say that as a single man who sits in the lounge all day and all night. But I'm happy enough. And also, I thought it was scripted at the start. Didn't know he was so serious. That's a great cut shot from Travis Head. They'll be racing away to the boundary. And now that brings up 7 runs here for the Australians. But yeah, the way he kind of walked up with the swagger and then just kind of the clean, crisp, and then just kind of walked away. It just looked very weird, didn't it? Overall, and I was out, a friend. And there says double the model. And I was like, what an interest, Gareth. And also Hamish come over to South Africa for the All Blacks test. It would be kind of cool. Although it's not that far away, is it? So I don't know whether or not I would be able to go for this one. Maybe if we meet you in the World Cup at some stage soon, maybe I can try my best for that one. All good. And there, as I says, Gareth. That's going to be the end of the over. 6 off it in the end from Wazim Jr. Only 4 off the bat, though. The other coming from leg buys. And it is 7 for none now for the Australians. So the big thing here is to not lose the early wickets. For Australia, you want to build a good partnership between Finch and Head. And after you do that, then you can keep on developing your side. See whether or not you can work your way towards around that 300 mark. And do you think Root should be dropped as captain? Who'd you put as England's captain? See, it's a tricky one because the likes of, I know Ben Stokes is mentioned, but I don't know. It's a tricky one. I feel like the thing is, Joe Root, the record's not great. Like Sebastian sent me that picture. It was not good overall for how many they've lost and drawn in the last little while. But the other side of it is, like, who do you go with? Is Ben Stokes the right man for the job? Or is there someone else? Like, who else could you give it to? Is a big thing. Do you give it to someone like a Bairstow or something like that? Or not? No, probably not Bairstow. Butler? No, Butler gets out of the team pretty often. Who would you need someone, don't you? But I don't know whether or not Ben Stokes is that guy that England want, or else they probably would have gone to him earlier, if that makes sense. The Whites versus Solomon Islands Thursday, 5:45 a.m. Yeah, it's a nice early morning one. I see Sheehan Afridi just warming up a little bit. Hopefully he is all right, but I think he might have some sort of injury for himself. Okay, my 2 cents over the Will Smith incident. I don't really care. Actors are here to entertain us. They aren't actually important people. And there says Gareth. I don't see a better option than Root at the moment, says Wrinkleberger and Ben Stokes trade. And Rory Burns can do it, says Abdullah. I don't think I've heard Rory Burns talk. Not recently anyway, but I guess that's one of those ones that's a confident shot from Travis here. But when you've got confidence, was what I was about to say, I feel like you hear him in the field a lot more for Rory Burns. But when you're not having the best run as your opening kind of partnership, see, I would like to see someone, like if he was in the team a bit more consistently, maybe Sam Billings. I feel like he'd make a decent captain just because he's always talking and always thinking while he's out there. Jack going to Australia next year in there. And who's just going to France next year? I don't think I am. At this stage, I can't see anyone better suited than Root either. But they'll have to try another option at this point. So it's that whole thing. Do you have a complete reset of your side, or do you take out certain players and see if you can inject something in there? And the results define your captaincy, and trust me, the record is appalling. It is. I saw that picture. There was 1W on there of the last 17 test matches, and you see KB beating on Leach as he isn't the best spinner in England, etc., etc. He was joint highest wicket taker in the series, England's highest, and bowled an innings less. And then Jofra Archer, and they're still very new to the side, but see, that's the thing. It's also that case of, do you go with a bowler or a batsman? Because when you pick a bowler, we've seen what happens for Australia at this stage, how it took a little bit for, I guess, Pat Cummins to get used to it. Yeah, the last 17 tests. And there's you in England from David Ahmad. But it's a very tricky one for them because, like, it's just finding someone who performs overseas. It's a nice shot. Once again, Travis Head is just playing that cover drive as if he's getting them lobbed up to him in the nets. And he's just been told to hit those consistently out through the gap. Hassan Ali under pressure, and Travis Head now sitting on 13 off 11 balls. Not looking anywhere near troubled. I do feel bad for him as a captain. I suppose you got to take the criticisms in there. And I think the worst thing for him has been a majority of the tours, like of those 17 games, he's been one of the star performers, but it's just no one else has been there with him throughout the matches. Like we saw one glimpse of it during the Ashes. You had Bairstow, who was also going nicely for himself. But other than that, it's just finding someone to be his partner at the other end who's actually going to be able to bat for a long time. And haven't visited the UK since 2014. Yeah. Haven't ever been to the UK myself, but I'm looking forward to one day getting the opportunity. I feel like I'm going to go to all the big stadiums, you know, Principality, Aviva. What else we got? Scottish one, Murrayfield. What's the name of it? Maybe you go to Italy and France and just kind of do around the Six Nations as well, which means I've missed one nation. England, Twickenham, of course. And as I said, so I've got Steve Smith got hit in the helmet. And there, so he is out of this match, I did see. So that might be why. And yeah, the captain has to cop all the criticism, but I don't think it's his fault. He hasn't got a saying into the selection. And the selection is always a letdown. Yeah, they just don't seem to pick for the conditions, unfortunately. And I think that's from not really knowing your team as well as they'd like to. You know, like it seems like something just goes a little bit wrong from the time that they make their way from the field or like from the changing room to the hotel, wherever they're going. That was close to a boundary. I think they've been able to cut it off nicely, and they do get back for the 3 runs for Aaron Finch. You have to wonder how many Cricket World Cups has this man got left? What do you think will be the New England Test captain? That's a tricky one for that one. And also we have got there, who do you think will win? I think going into this match, Pakistan was 62%. Now that we've been sitting for a little bit of time, Australia now 51%. So that just shows how quickly that can switch. And I was like, okay, it's just, I briefly saw something on TV. Something is happening in London at the Abbey. And there as well says David the Mod for that one. And also, Jack, have you been hit in the head? And also we've got the high was Ross Taylor's last game at Bay Oval this evening, says Scott. So yeah, didn't quite get as many runs as Roscoe would have liked to, but still had a very good career. And it's always a hard one with the team, or when a team loses, is it the players or coach to blame? It's a good question. And also we've got the yes, says Jack there as well. But now that is going to be just the dot ball, but Travis Head getting off to a flying start, 13 off 13. And Aaron Finch at the non-strikers end currently sitting on 3 off 7 for himself. But looking through that lineup that Pakistan have gone with, they've got Shah, he's going to be an important one for them. Also, they've got Hassan Ali, Muhammad Wasim Jr., Mahmood, and then big Harris Ralph. And Highlanders 0-5. Congratulations as well on there. That's a nice back foot punch from Travis Head. This man, like, he's playing the same way as he plays in test match cricket, except he's just got more freedom because they've got different set fields. Definitely for the power play anyway, he's accelerating this innings forward, and Australia are up to 53% chance of being able to go on and get themselves a win. Didn't really bounce. Stayed very low for that one. He doesn't look too happy with it there, Wasim Jr. Like they're mentioning, Shan Afridi missing from this one. Huge hit for Pakistan's lineup. Babar Azam, it's going to be important that he makes the right decisions here for his side. I believe the next time that these two sides are playing off, I want to say it's on the Monday or the Sunday for their next game, but I'm just going to have a quick look and make sure that I can confirm the date that it is taking place. I know that we've got the South Africa versus Bangladesh coming up relatively soon, which I'm not sure how we're going to fit that in, but we'll try our best to watch the breakdown. I probably should overall. I don't get a chance to watch it too much, though, unfortunately, just because I'm normally either editing or sleeping at 100. And this says Josh for how many Travis Head might be able to get. And also, I think they should just install Justin Langer as England head coach. That's a man keen on some vengeance. That's the thing. I've heard he might be half an inch away from signing. I didn't see the end result, but did the Kiwis beat the Netherlands? They sure did. And they did do it with about 3 wickets down or something along those lines. Well, so Hamish, get your OE in before you get too old. Do the UK thing, you'll love it. And yeah, OE sounds like it's like a name of something that I should know. Overseas entrance, overseas exploring, something like that. Oh, yeah. I can't think of what it stands for. I thought for a start it was university entrance. But then I realized that would be a U. And the England Test squad could use someone like Langer at the moment. He's good, very good. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just something. Who is the head coach for England at the moment? So I can't even think of him, unfortunately. But they're just showing their squad. So the players who missed out for this match, Jason Berendorf, Ben de Warshuis, also missing out Mitchell Marsh. I assume that is due to injury, as he did have one not too long ago. Josh Inglis is another one. Maybe Eddie Jones is England Test coach. He likes his cricketing and overseas experience. I see. Should have put that one together, shouldn't I? But the next one's going to be on Thursday at 11 p.m. That's a sucky time to start, isn't it? They're all so late for those games. And then the third one's going to be on Saturday, the 2nd of April at 11 p.m. Nice. These times, they do suck a bit. 3 a.m. on Wednesdays when the T20 is, and Chris Silverwood sacked after the Ashes and Paul Collingwood acted as interim. Is it bad that I can't actually think of either of those two, what they look like or anything like that? Oh, got squared up a little bit there for Travis Head, but 18 off 18. Not too bad for himself. Do let me know, what did you guys think of the match between Moana Pacifica and the Blues? Relatively relatively close at certain points in that matchup. Currently, Hassan Ali, ODI career, 58 matches, 89 wickets, with an average of 29.44, and he's got 4 5-wicket hauls. That could be one. No, it's gone over the field. Great lofted cover drive there from Travis Head. He smacks it again to the boundary. That man's just working in fours. Also, Donna surely knows Paul Collingwood. Paul Collingwood. He was an excellent cricketer in there and overseas experience. As if you can fit Romania and Bugger France, or Bugger France in there, says David Ahmad. I mean, I would like to go to, I feel like Sebastian's going to sit there like, you basic boy. That was, I'm not sure what that impression was. That's not what you sound like, Sebastian. I think you said you got more of a British accent, don't you? So you'd be like, oh, he's such a basic lad, isn't he? But it would be quite cool to go to one of the big castles. I know that's not all that's in Romania. They've also got beers outside schools and whatnot, but I feel like it would be quite cool to learn about. Yeah, Hamish, the UK is an awesome, good place to visit. If not a sporting tour, go on a historical tour. And there says Gareth. So yeah, we might have to give it a go at some stage. Maybe we try and get a deal signed with like Netflix or some random like movie making company, and we just go over and we film like a series of the Kiwi lads on tour. We just do a heap of random stuff. Shot from Travis here. Once again, he's going to smack it for 4 more. He's just having fun at the middle. At this point, Travis said he's hit this guy, Hassan Ali, already for 10 runs off the first 3 balls of this over. And also Fiji at the same time as us on Sunday. Croatia, a good visit, beautiful along the coast. And there says Gareth. Travis said his bat's all middle at the moment, as they say, and everything's going over. Daylight savings at Castle, yeah. If you like castles, we have castles, big castles, small castles, any castle. What about White Castle, the fast food restaurant? You guys got that? So I know that America has that, don't they? But I don't know who else has it. Do we have a White Castle here? He's gone again, and it's another 4 runs. I can't help but just give this man a quick wee clap. He's just smacking everything. And the difference between this one and what happened between New Zealand and Netherlands is just complete polar opposites. Like Travis said is almost going at 10 runs and over and 3-3. And there, as us, says Jay. Is that the total you think they'll get to? Because at the moment, I believe you. If that is the case, he's just smacking it around for fun. Yeah, Travis said. And the last thing that they want here is for him to lose his wicket. But I don't think he should go too defensive either, because everything's just hit in the middle of the bat. Nicely played there to close out the over, and that is going to make it 39 for none, 14 off the over. I stayed in commentary with friends for a week's. I talk about rough, and where's Piss Boy not playing? Where's Piss Boy? Piss Boy. Piss Boy. Is that Cummins? If it is, he is into the IPL, I believe. Is that Piss Boy? I'm not too sure. And innings time, they've got 3 hours and 8 minutes remaining, and they're even at the moment, so they haven't been going quicker or slower in this situation. It's a long match, that is for sure. ODI, and did they have a Brummy accent, David? Birmingham, Birmingham, from Birmingham. Baba Razam, what does he do here? You're going for 7.8 and over. Do you try spin? I know it's probably not the most economical option, but neither's bowling a pace bowler who's going for 14. They've gone instead with Harris Ralph, though. I feel like that's a great choice, because in the BBL, he just tears through people. He bowls a brilliant Yorker. He's got aggression. He's got pace. And he'll probably get right in your face if you do end up trying to smack him to the boundary. Very good choice here, Harris Ralph. He'll have 10 overs worth. I believe he'll get all of them in this one. But he was playing for the Melbourne Stars a little while ago. And the BBL. I remember that was where he really made a name for himself for us guys from New Zealand, Australia, to see him for the first time. And now can't stop watching him bowl. It also could be Cummins too. Mint Warner, but I guess IPL as well. Then Warner, I think, yeah, he's headed over to the IPL. He's signed up for one of the sides for the early stages, I believe. But now Harris Ralph charging him from the pavilion in. Short ball down the leg side. It's going to be wide for his first ball. But that's all right. Everyone needs a warm-up every once in a while, don't they? Even Harris Ralph. That just means that this next ball is probably going 150 right at your head if you're Travis, or in fact, if you're Aaron Finch for that. And also Pakistan Zindabad And there says Fayaz, and also Hamish, you can come visit me in the UK. And there says Danny, so what part are you from? You're from England, I know that much, but I'm not too sure whereabouts in England you are from. David the Mod, where did you do your OE? And they're nicely played there by Aaron Finch. To the leg side, looks like he's trying to cut it off nicely. They do take the 2 runs, a little bit risky, but they get through nicely. And Aaron Finch, he's had a few knee injuries. The pass still moves pretty quick between the wickets for someone who could be arguably on one leg at the moment. The way that he's had to go, he missed some of the BBL season. That was just due to how much strain he put on the body during the Cricket World Cup. But it led to a title. I think that was the big thing that he was after. For a side, but I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're currently sitting 11:30 p.m. here in New Zealand, Watford, which is 1 hour from London. And there's that Birmingham accent, West Midlands, straight out of Coventry. And there's another dot ball there for Harris Ralph, and they've got to find a way. How'd they get? Oh no, I know how they got 3. I was like, how did they get 3? They only ran 2, but then I realized it was just because of the fact that that first ball was a wide. Travis Head is playing a very good game of cricket at the moment, sitting on 32 of 23 deliveries. Everything's going in a gap or over the top of what wasn't a gap. He's just timing everything superbly, helping Australia towards a very good starting total. And also over there, Watford RGM there as well. That's a good ball from Harris Ralph, almost sneaking through the inside edge of Aaron Finch, but just gets enough on it. And also Watford is good EPL team. There's Aussies Jack. I still want to do some of the English Premier League, but I realized when I was about to do it that we just have a lot of stuff in the middle of the night as well, which kind of overlaps with it. But once we get a few gaps, I feel like it would be quite nice. Like once the cricket season's over and the sevens, the sevens is going to probably take over from the cricket, to be honest. But we'll try and fit in as much as we physically can. Short ball there. Well bowled by Harris Ralph. That has some good pace on it as well. Gives them a little bit of a wink there. 140 Ks, decent ball from Harris Ralph, who is just warming up currently. See, I was expecting either someone with pure pace such as Ralph or go with spin from the other end. And I'm interested to see what they go with, because I doubt they will go with Hassan Ali because he went for 14 of his last over, so probably not the best choice. How you doing, FIFA World Cup stream? I am hoping to. So that is going to be on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel, which is that pinned comment up in the top corner of the chat for anyone who does want to check that out. We have got plenty more coming on that channel, and it is going to be getting updated very soon. And it's not just sport that's worth a shout, but I believe it's going to be sliding down leg, and maybe the height could be the other factor there. The DRS, do they decide to go up for it? Pakistan. I think Harris Ralph is going to have to do a huge amount of convincing for Babar Azam if he does go up. He decides against it. I think that was the right decision. They did already get one that was given as out. I think Aaron Finch needs a new bat. That's not ideal. Or just a little bit sliding down leg in 2022 November. And that's, I assume, that is when the Football World Cup is going to be taking place. And it is in Qatar, I think we learned earlier on. And what time is the difference? Or what's the time difference between New Zealand and Qatar? A quick look. What is the time in Qatar right now? Okay, it's currently 1:30 p.m. So the difference is minus 10 hours. So that would mean if it's a nighttime game at 7 p.m. over there, you're looking at 9:30 a.m. here. Maybe. No. I think I did that the wrong way. I think you're looking at 5:30 a.m. here. So it's going to be terrible times overall, but we will still be up for them. But that is the end of the sixth over now. 47 for none. At the moment, they are still ticking over at about 8 runs and over here for Australia, including that massive over where they were able to get themselves a total of 14 runs off it. And I was at 12 p.m., I guess, so not too far off that one. But yeah, they are minus 10 hours from ourselves here in New Zealand. Currently Pakistan. It's looking like quite a nice day. I know that this game initially I thought was scheduled for 5 p.m. New Zealand time, which was going to mean that it overlapped with Super Rugby. But now this game is a little bit later than it was first anticipated. It's going to be an 11 p.m. start, which means we finish at about 7 a.m. New Zealand time if we do end up doing the whole thing. And also, Amish time isn't a big issue, is it? And as I says, Danny, as in like the time of it being 5:30, or the time is in like at the moment. Watford average says Jack, because it depends. Because if we've got other things on earlier in that day, like I guess it's that whole thing of it's still got to find 8 hours to sleep at some stage, or else I'll probably run myself into the ground, which I've probably been known for doing in the past. But I guess that's the thing. I am always working, even when I'm sleeping. Like, even when I'm sleeping, I'm having ideas for videos, working out what I'm going to edit the next day, and then I just write it down. And Qatar is the worst choice for the Football World Cup. No alcohol and no scantily clad ladies. The hell is the point? This is the fashion also plus 11. No, and there's this Gareth. So I assume that's compared to South Africa, maybe. They went, hi, buddy. Stay with friends in Hackney, and I flattered in Enfield as well. For about 2 months, I wanted to stay in Bristol with my uncle, but came home and then alcohol is available in Qatar, says Abdullah. That one. Currently, Travis said he's sitting on 36 or 24. Dream start to this series for Travis here with the ODI ball. And the white ball, it seems to do a little bit more off the surface than we did see from the test match. Although the last one, Australia were able to get themselves to win there. 58% chance that Australia are able to go on to win this one. But it's certainly not going to be easy. That's a great shot down the ground. Bang, he goes. And Travis Head one bounce for once again, making it all the way to the boundary. I was aware in the UK, are you? There's David. So he is in Watford. I believe he's here. But that's the 50-run partnership of 6.2 overs. That's impressive. Batting from Travis Head. And at the end of the day, Aaron Finch, he may be sitting on 6 off 13, but he doesn't really need to go after anything. When you got Travis Head at the other end, just pretty much, I guess, accelerating the innings at an insane pace currently. But now Travis Head sitting there 40 off 25, and meaning New Zealand would be plus, not minus in there. So, yeah, I guess we are, I guess from my one, it told me minus 10. Oh, that's up in the air, though, for Travis Head. Is anyone underneath it? No, it's gone all the way for 6. And once again, Travis Head goes bang. He's going to be bringing up his 50 very soon if he keeps on going at this rate. And he doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. This man could get a double 100 if he really wanted one. He keeps on timing it the way that he is. But just watch that one. Kind of glided with that ball. Went from slightly more crouched to standing up tall. Smacks it away to the boundary just over the top of the field. In fact, probably over him by about 5 meters. And now Travis Head is one boundary away from getting himself to 50 runs within the power play. And the fact that we're only into the 6th over, did they just say 42 of his runs are boundaries here for Travis Head? Hit down the ground nicely. Should they take on the single? They do not. And not to the fans, Abdullah, I read it on an article. They won't sell alcohol at the stadiums, which is bollocks as well, says Sebastian. It's a good shot from Travis Head. Yeah, cleared it by about 5 meters. Trying to get that bouncer. And he actually hit it across the line. It was outside or off stump. Still managed to smack it over the top. And when you see it from that angle, it's probably almost 10 meters over the boundary. Good Yorker. Well bowled. They will take the single. In fact, they'll probably get back for the 2 runs here. And they do just that. Quick between the wickets for Travis Head. Wasim Jr. currently, he's bowled 2.5 overs and he's gone for a lot more runs than he would have wanted to. 25. And I'd say that's still in London. I love Britain. I just so much to do as it's just crowded. Here's David the Mob. But currently, Pakistan seamers today, there's been no consistency in the place that they're hitting. They're hitting a good length, but they've tried a few short balls. We've had no Yorkers yet, which I feel like maybe wouldn't be a terrible idea. And I think that's what Wasim Jr. was going for. Just a little bit more on the full toss side, but a decent dot ball to close out the over, and it will be 60 for none now off 7. And Spates is a good choice. And there's us, says Jack. Current run rate sitting at 8.57. Huge for the Australians here. And if they can continue going at this rate, I don't even know what you project. You projected as about 400 and 5,500 if they keep on scoring at this stage. I'd like to think that once the power play is over, it will start to slow down, as Pakistan will be able to be a little bit more defensive with the field that they go with. But up until then, I think Travis Head and Aaron Finch are just going to have some fun out there. Start smacking the ball around an 8.87 run rate. Certainly quick at the moment. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are hoping to be able to cover not just the Pakistan versus Australia matches. We've also got New Zealand versus Netherlands, Bangladesh taking on South Africa. And there's are you sure? Because alcoholics, football fans are losing their minds at hearing the news or these news. And there is says Sebastian also, I knew. And there is says Jack. Currently, Aaron Finch, he's sitting on 6 off 14. So you'd have to argue, I mean, with a strike rate of 42, it's not looking that impressive. But then you look at the other end. Travis Head 165 is his strike rate. And you think, yeah, well, he can go as casually as he wants, really. Because he's got someone at the other end who's just smacking it around all over the place. Nice shot once again for Travis Head. He's going to have to run hard. He does get through, though. And they do get the single. And also, at least Cummins doesn't have a say or choice in a declaration, so says Jay. It's a good point, because he's certainly not. I mean, he earned a little bit of respect back from people for that declaration in the last game, just because it still gave Pakistan a chance and Australia managed to get the win. But that game beforehand was a bit of a shocker. Unfortunately, yes, I'm sure I'm from this part of the world, says Abdullah there as well. So, yeah, Aaron Finch straight down the middle of the pitch, which I think is why he was getting told off. Well, that's sort of then one issue remaining. And yeah, listen to Abdullah. Oh, slow ball there. Nicely done. Travis Head moves up to 49 now, getting closer and closer to that half century of hardly any balls at all. So we got that Muppet alert in there. Says David, who's the Muppet? Well, there's like one more. I will have a look and see who you are Muppeting for. One moment. I'll go like this. I'll go like this. Click this button, and then I'll be able to open up me YouTube thingy. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, be sure, I was going to say, make sure to leave a like on this live stream. But yeah, be sure to, if you haven't already. That is going to be just the single. In fact, no, they got through for the two there, so nicely run between the wickets. At the moment, we've still got our tea lounge breaks. Oh, have they got the big KFC bucket that they're giving out scholarships? Because if so, I would love to know whereabouts on the ground that massive bucket is and whether or not it is actually going to be a possible hit, because they put it in the randomest spots. Kermit is a Muppet. That is true. Also, Branko isn't here. And that short ball almost hitting onto a stunt. Travis Head turns down the run from Aaron Finch. He felt like that was going to be just a little bit too close for them. Has anyone seen the KFC bucket from above yet? Do let me know whereabouts it's located if you have seen it. Where have they put it? I feel like it's going to be somewhere where you're going to hit it about 120 meters, because it seems to be they're trying to save the scholarships. You know, it's a nice incentive saying, oh, we're going to be able to get some people some scholarships, but at the end of the day, put it somewhere where people can hit it is a good idea. Currently 7.2 overs down. In fact, it's a few more than that. We're 7.5 now, and it is 64 runs. Finch on strike. Just hit that one. That's going to be no run, and that will be the end of the over. Harris Ralph, very good over. 4 off it. And the end. And also watch Ruby Guru for the first time. More Spass, Sharp Brandon Achilles. We're in fine form in there as well, says Gareth. Would have been an interesting situation for you probably in that one. But Travis Head 30 balls faced, 49 not out for himself. And then also 18 balls faced for Aaron Finch and getting 9 runs. So 50 strike rate, not great, but not bad at the same time. It's kind of a good, solid build pace for Aaron Finch. And we know he's got power, and we know that he can use that power when he does decide to, but they're going at 8 runs and over currently, so he doesn't even really need to accelerate his innings. It's Travis Head certainly doing just that. Currently now running in. Once again, it is going to be a Wazim Jr. Good shot there from Travis Head, but goes straight to the fielder, no run taken. And he does still sit there on 49 runs. I feel like this is the most balls that he's had without ticking over any runs as well for himself. Probably the last 3 or 4 balls have been dots, which will feel weird for him, as he's been flying. Is about the only way to describe it. And also, we have got I can solve the problem of batsmen running on the dangerous area. Just add a taser strip. That would certainly do it. It would probably, I mean, it would be you see some shocking results, of course. I mean, to be fair, some people thought that might have been the case. Maybe Mark Richardson stood on the strip where he wasn't supposed to. That is a 50 for Travis Head. Anyone who hasn't seen that clip of Mark Richardson getting cramp, it's quite funny. He pretty much ends up going down as if he's been shot in the back of the hammy. Travis Head, in 43 matches, that is going to be his 11th 50. 32 balls faced, 16 dots, And a lot of those were in the early stages and also when he was trying to make his way towards the 50 from 49. But that's certainly a good batting surface by the looks of that, you'd have to say. But also he was just playing some brilliant shots that kept him ticking over. It's a good delivery once again from Wazin Jr. Once again, just going to be the one. But he's middled 84% of the time here for Travis Head. So he's been very impressive. And it's as if he's been out there for longer than the 32 balls that he's been there. The way that he's batted. I think that's Ben McDermott giving him a round of applause. He's very happy with him. And he will be coming to the crease next, followed by Marnus Labuschagne. I'm curious to see how Marnus plays for this ODI because he's used to playing test match cricket. I've taken a very long time to build up those runs, kind of a patient pace. Whereas with the way that Australia are going currently, the last thing that they'll want after McDermott or whoever out of these two batsmen are left after one of those two goes out, to have someone go out there and get 50 off 150 balls. I feel like that's really not what Australia will be looking towards. They'll be trying to see whether or not they will be able to keep it going, see if they can get themselves towards a massive total of 400 because that's going to be very tricky to chase down. With Australia currently 62% likely to win. Nice ball shot there from Aaron Finch. No run taken. Was fielded at short fine leg. Kept to just the one. Or kept to just the dot, in fact, I should say. But one ball left of the Wazin Jr. over. And then they've got one more over to bowl with the power play. And Harris Ralph is my front runner for who will be bowling that one. And then after that, I guess at least you get those fellas back. And it's a pretty situation. To be honest, is that the one with Labuschagne, Jay? Maybe. Hope or solution in there. Oh, for the strips on the pitch here. And also, I'm sure that's been mentioned, but RIP, G-Man Gareth Mason, big loss to this community. He was. And he wasn't very old at all either. I think he was only just in his 30s. I could be wrong with that age, but like at the end of the day, like it's still way too soon as well. And like I mentioned on one of the other live streams, there's only like 5 or 10 of us rugby YouTubers, and now there's one less, and it's going to leave a pretty big hole because he just had so much passion for the game as well, which was very unfortunate for him. But yeah, condolences to his family and friends. Amish, I think you need a monocle. I do. I can't read once I've been doing, I think this is about our 7th hour of live streaming. So my brain probably picks up words differently. But what do you think about Marnus going out to the middle, getting 50 off 150? You keen, Jay? Do let me know. In time for a cricket joke, I think. Go on. What do we got? All right, and also, what a guru mate Shark Brain, a mod. I can't show my face there anymore. It'll return the favor by blocking me on that channel. Says Sebastian there as well. Yeah. I guess it depends because I guess to a South African, like, I guess what would you call it? His bluntness kind of for the sides is relatable, if that makes sense, just because I guess you kind of grow up like the box. And also, I think he's also a Shark supporter, which kind of helps a little bit there. Why didn't the cricket team believe their captain? And why didn't the cricket team believe their captain, Danny? Do let me know. Marnus for a duck, I'd prefer. Now we're talking. No. I feel like the fact that we've got Australians who want to see Marnus out for a duck tells you everything you need to know about that man's last tour. Finch currently sitting there 10 runs off 21 deliveries. They had 80 extras so far. 5 leg buys, 3 wides. Jack's flatmate is South African. Nice. So you guys would enjoy watching a bit of rugby. And go troll, says Gareth. The problem is, though, his trolling will probably last like 2 seconds and then he'd be just swiped. Which is why, like, a lot of spammers and whatnot do actually have about 50 accounts because they know that they aren't going to get away with it on just the one. Harris Ralph, nice short ball once again. He's actually slowed down the run rate, not too bad for himself. He had a very silly point. Nice. Ooh. Okay. So KFC. I like this. From KFC, they've said stuff the buckets. They weren't working. Every 6 hit in this game, they're going to sponsor a scholarship to someone. Australian batting lineup too good in Pakistan. There says Yusuf there. And also we have got there, my head hurts, says Jay. And also Australia will win. And if a bluebird has blue babies and a blackbird has black babies, what bird doesn't have babies? That's a tricky one. My brain does hurt as well. And Australia will win, says Jane. Well, that one. And also you're talking in third person, says Gareth there. And was a prick on this channel, and I shot him down. But he certainly hasn't forgotten. He hasn't, no. And the fact I feel like it's always a remembrance because he's Shark Brain 2 on the channel now. So he's on his second account. He's been slightly better behaved, but he's still not exactly hugely behaved. Does a swallow? I see. Bit of a dirtier one than the cricket silly point one, wasn't it? There's been so much sport on today. There has been. We've already done, I think we're into about our 7th or 8th hour of sports commentary, which is surprising because my voice isn't doing too badly. But currently 9.4 overs down. Harris Ralphie bowled 151 Ks on his 4th delivery. Charges in. Slower ball. Outside of off stump, well bowled. And also we have got there, Amish, you don't seem amused with our jokes, says Danny. And that one, I mean, the silly point one, I guess it was similar to that situation of it. It was quite a silly one overall. But I enjoy a good joke every once in a while. I think it's because my brain, or almost, you got to put the joke, and then on the same comment, you got to put the punchline, or else then it just ends up being too far apart type thing, if that makes sense. And Shark Brain 2 years, and also that's his revival account, not the account here. Mods are from Faguru. And there's Sebastian, but that is going to be just the single there to close out the power play. 72 runs for the Australians and yet to lose a wicket. Uh-oh. See, I feel like I shouldn't read out the punchline until I see the answer to it, just so that I don't split it up, because or else it's like watching a trailer or half a trailer for a movie going away and then coming back and watching the second half of the trailer. It's just not quite the same, is it? All but 72 for none. Nicely done by Australia so far. Keep themselves ticking over. And also, yeah, I see there was too much delay. And now what do you call a shark with 2 brains? And also, we look at that, what, Jade? And there's, says David. Finch currently on strike. I'd assume spin's probably not too far away. I wouldn't think. And Travis said he's certainly been I guess the gem of this power play for the Australians. Just hitting that over the top of the field. Also got 1 for 6, which did actually lead to a higher scholarship award for us. And also a Muppet. And there's, says Jay. And also, luckily, you won't be seeing any of these dodgy South Africans on an Australian cricket stream. And there says Gareth. And everybody knows she likes a cockatoo. We got all the interesting jokes today, don't we? They're all like slightly relevant as well, as the worst thing about it. Some of them. Currently, Aaron Finch on strike. It is going to be the spinner, and it will be Zahid now. Has got the opportunity. I'm going to yawn. Nice little yawn for ourselves. But currently, highest run rate in the power play for 1 to 10 overs ODIs since T20. It's actually Australia sitting in about 5th, England right at the top, and these strokes are great. And there, as I says, Danny Lewis, they're certainly better than the party, you know, those Christmas cracker ones that you pop and then you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't read that. And that one as well. And also Demon said, where is Smith? And there's he ended up getting hit on the head in training, I think it was. So that's why he's not allowed to play. The last one I have had, I should have said sulfur crest as well, but cockatoo sounds better. And then also, how was my message retracted in there, says Gareth. One moment, I'll have a look. Wait up, it hasn't loaded for me yet. I'm waiting. How was my message retracted? It is or it's not there, is it? But for me, I could see it, which is really weird because I think someone had that problem one other time. But like literally, that's the one that you're talking about, isn't it? I can literally see it completely fine. And also, we've got there, booby prizes jail, and there. And also, we've got there some jokes are so stupid they are funny. They are. Currently now a couple singles. Well, in fact, one single so far off is over, and also Corbin is in the chat with a thumbs up. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you're doing well. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe. We are currently sitting closer and closer to the 11,000 mark. That's a big shot from Aaron Finch. That's looking like a KFC sponsorship for a student. And that has gone all the way. And now I have a bad joke if you want to hear it. And then that must be YouTube. I retracted Gareth's comment. I guess so, but there was nothing really bad in it, I don't think. It was just a stock standard comment of there wouldn't be any one on there in the capital of hello. And there as well, it says Jack, but that one has gone for 4 YouTube mods. You think we got a YouTube mod on? Hello, YouTube. Hope you're doing well. We like you. Jay, we can't insult the boss. Okay, so you got McDonald's. There says Jack. Depends on the day, I think. I prefer a kernel stacker, but they don't have many of those at the moment, which is unfortunate. And also we have got there, you need to bring a joke to each stream. And there says Danny Lewis. I do. It'd be tricky, but I'll try my best sometimes. See how we go. That was almost the wrong one by the sounds of it. Already 2 sixes in this innings. And like we mentioned, the buckets are no longer a thing. Instead, now it's just pretty much KFC sponsor a scholarship for every time a 6 is hit throughout this ODI series. That's going to be a lot of sponsorship. So maybe KFC, they realized that it didn't quite work out for them crushers. And there as well says Jack. Now, Zahid has gone for 8 runs off his first over, drags that one down a little bit. Travis gets a single off the last one, and it's dodgy South Africans. Let's see. And there as well says Gareth. Right, it's still in there. It's still in there. How long did it take before it disappeared? Still there. I'm just waiting for Gareth's account to mysteriously like vanish or vanish, like just completely weirdly just pop, gone. So are you watching the whole game? I'm hoping to. It will depend on how much voice I've got left, but as long as you guys are here throughout the live stream, it should be all right. Just because it is currently sitting 12 p.m. or almost 12 a.m. here in New Zealand, almost midnight. But we are still going, and we're hoping to see some very good cricket in this one-day international. It will be going through to about 6:30 a.m. if I do the whole match in New Zealand time. So it might mess up the sleep schedule by the weekend, but we should be all right, hopefully. And shall I say this bad joke? Says Patty, put it on Discord, Patty. Just in case. But I will have a read of it. I probably won't read it out, but we'll see how it goes. But Iftikhar Ahmed now can have another bowl. 8 matches, 6 wickets. Decent bowler. Nicely played down the ground. They get another single. That's so easy at the moment for them. Just hitting it down to long on, ticking over the strike. Some Patrick strokes. And there's us, says Jack. One. Currently above his arms sitting there. And yeah, come on, Patty. And there's us, says Gareth. But Aaron Finch is currently sitting not too badly. 18 off 29. He's starting to speed up slowly. Travis, he'd probably starting to slow down slowly as well. There was a lot of slows. Now, Iftikhar ready to bowl it. Aaron Finch, the right-hander. No, this one's not too bad, Patty. I will allow you to put that in the chat. As I put it on here so all the school kids can tell to their teacher at school tomorrow and go on, Patty, says Danny there, and also my name is O'Sullivan. And as I know, well, Gareth, now we know what it's like living in Russia. Nice. And also, there it's on Discord. Yeah, I think it's allowed in the live stream. It wasn't too bad overall. Oh, that was close to bowling him. And that one, trying to go for the quick single, they get through, and they will not be taking a second one. And that one, we can't really comment on that, Jack, because YouTube do pick up on certain words and whatnot, and possibly will deal to us. And that one, the Sensodyne one, and that one. So they've decided that they do want to go with, once again, another sponsorship. They must give out hundreds of cups of liquids at the ground. And they just keep on going. You know, and also we got, who was it in the end? Rob Key, once again, on the commentary. And that one. Currently now, Iftikhar. Oh, stepping away. Someone moving a little bit late into that one as well. Is that the umpire who stopped it? That one, and also we've got there, doesn't allow naughty talk in there, as that says Gareth. Oh no, a little bit of a pad or something out of his pocket fell down for Iftikhar in that situation, giving himself space there for Aaron Finch, but that is once again going to be the single. And that is just going to be the one. I was like, having to Kermit O'Sullivan. And now I think he got timed out by Sebastian. Possibly. They'll be back in his 5 minutes or so. I'm just going to quickly plug my phone in. That's in the air. That's going to be in the air. Travis said, oh, it's fallen safe though. And once again, he will be surviving a little bit longer at the middle. But ever since getting his 50, he's really slowed down his match in Lahore. It is indeed. So they have decided to go with 3 ODIs and also a T20 all from the same location, which will be interesting to see how the pitch plays out at that stage. But currently, there are a few Pakistan supporters in attendance, which is great to see. Also, a few Australians scattered throughout the mix for these exciting ODIs, I should say there. And currently 12 overs down, 87 for none here for Australia. So ticking over extremely well for themselves. And as you play cricket back in the day, right? I sure did. Oh, back in the day sounds like it was like a long time ago, but probably like 5 years. Also, we have got there. Kermit must have also blocked me. Never heard of him before. And then there's no one quite. It's the nickname of someone called Kermit. Or not called Kermit, but someone's received the nickname of Kermit, I guess you'd say. But currently 7.25, well bowled there. Not too bad. Travis Head liked it. Now taking off the helmet, so just deciding to slow it down a little bit more. Oh, it's close. The thing is, I'd love to play for Australia just because of the colour of the pads. To be honest, is that a terrible statement to make as a New Zealander? Probably. Shh, don't tell anyone. Luckily, most of the Kiwis are asleep at this stage, other than Paddy and also David. That's a big shot there from Travis Head. He's gone bang, and that's going to be another 6 runs. KFC will be regretting their choice of sponsoring Hoiba people for their scholarships, because I don't know how much a scholarship is, but it would probably be a fair amount. Going to have to sell a lot of chicken with Travis Head at the crease. Smack that one beautifully. 97 metres. Got hold of that one, I guess is the best way of describing it for Travis Head. He's just going to continue to build himself up and up and up. Not happy with that one there for the bowler. At the moment, Mahmood, where does he put it? Is at the moment, it just doesn't seem like it's working. KFC might as well sponsor the Kiwi Lads channel. I would be keen. I'm asleep. And then says Paddy, okay, well, we'll make sure that we don't wake you in that case. So Travis Head currently sitting on 63 of 42 deliveries. A little bit dragged down shot. Once again, that's going to be in a gap, and that will be another 4 runs for Travis Head. Moves himself up now to 67 runs off only 43. It's as soon as I said that he was slowing down that he's just decided he's going to speed back up. They're almost at the 100 runs already here for Australia. Pakistan are going to have to find an answer. Try and work out how to get one of these 2 batsmen out, break up this partnership, because even Aaron Finch, I mean, his strike rate is 62.5, but if he keeps on being out there with Travis Head, those 2 are going to be able to put together a very nice partnership. Definitely with McDermott just around the corner. I haven't done the sponsorship with the shaving product. It was actually, for me, only a one-time, one video sponsorship. Don't think so. It was for the Australia versus South Africa, I believe it was, a little while ago. We just had to do the one video. They clarified it was just the one. And then other than that, it was pretty much just a one-time thing as a bit of promotion. And also, how much have you heard of the Rhodes Scholarship? The Rhodes Scholarship. I have not, David. What would that be? Do let me know. Rhodes Scholarship. Of course, the first thing I think of is like some sort of roadworks, but it's spelled differently, isn't it? Rhodes. And it's not Cody Rhodes? No, probably not. Dusty Rhodes, one of those 2 maybe? Nah. Oh, a little bit of aggression there from Zahid, who's not too happy about getting hit to the boundary twice in a row. 1-6, 1-4. Travis Head starting to find himself some quite nice momentum going forward in this match, perhaps. And the 100 could be just around the corner, to be honest. He's got plenty of time. Hits it to the leg side, takes the single off the final ball, and he will be rewarded with another single, 68 runs, and you got a free shaving kit. Not bad, mate. And there, yeah, pretty much all I had to do. I got a T-shirt somewhere and a pair of boxer briefs, I think it was, if I'm not wrong. Currently, I've got an itchy bite right on my ankle, and it is very much so annoying, which is why every once in a while my head bobs off to the side, because it is annoying me big time because my pants rub right on it. And do I get money now for Raid Shadow Legends? Maybe. Who knows? I mean, that's the thing. I don't know what our next sponsorship would be overall, because I feel like rugby is a very unique market. Cricket's probably a little bit the same, but we'll see what we can do overall. I don't think I'm really like going out searching for sponsorships at this stage when I probably should be. And then from Jack as well, he's worked out that the 5 minutes is up and he is back. Now, Iftikhar dragging it down a little bit. Get a little bit of extra bounce on that one. Currently 3 sixes, 10 fours, and just 13.1 overs. That is very impressive from Australia as they continue going at more than 6 and over here. More than 7 and over if you want to be more exact, at 7.43. Almost bringing up the 100 here. Travis Head, though, I feel that if he goes out, maybe there's a little bit of a slower process. Definitely if Finch doesn't really tick over too many boundaries. In fact, Finch has only got 1 6. He hasn't had a single 4 as of yet. Just getting singles, keeping that strike rotating. That's the 100-run partnership. They have a little fist bump in the middle of the pitch. They're going to have a clap about it as well, but they decide that they won't be going. And also, now be good. And there's petty for that one, but 69 from Travis Head, 21 from Aaron Finch as the contribution to the 100-run partnership. Nice shot once again. And wait, so if you mention the U word, do you get timed out? Not really. Wait, what's the U word? No, it's just, it depends on, like, I guess the situation, because some of it is quite touchy just because, like, we've got people from all around the world watching, and some people, I guess, do look at it as, like, entertainment rather than, like, a serious situation, if that makes sense. So it's a tricky one. Like, it's not one that I can really talk about, and not one that I really would want to talk about, just because it seems like, it's just not an ideal one. Oh, that was close to his stumps there. Travis here walking away. Hi from Shannon Humphreys. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And you should get sponsorship from local council to spread the word about your town. I won't disclose the town name. And there's says Danny. I mean, they probably wouldn't pay me, to be honest. I mean, I made a thing for my, this is going to sound sad. Well, not really sad, but just, I guess, sweet. I made a thing for my Nana that was like advertising the town and like a short video thing, and she took it around like a few conferences for her it's called the Lions Club, if you guys know what that is, around New Zealand. Now it's pretty much like a group of volunteers who do a whole heap of stuff, and she like took it around for that. And it's the most prestigious scholarship in the world for students from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, Canada, the US, and Germany to attend Oxford University, academia, and sports. Probably should have known that, shouldn't I? And also, it's something that that just doesn't need talk about, but lots. Then yes, time out. And there says Paddy. Yeah, like some people don't really know whether or not they are allowed to say too much about it as well. Like in the chat, like some people are genuinely like curious. Oh, 6 runs. Nice shot there from Aaron Finch. And now he's decided he wants to speed up. Just kidding. I believe that was actually Travis Head. Yes, it was. He has been able to hit. Now the 4-6 KFC will be sitting there going, we're going to find 4 sponsorships or for scholarships now. What are we doing? Why do we change it from the bloody buckets? What they'll be asking. I was to carry on with the Lions Club story. That was pretty much it. I just helped with that. And also I've got there edge put on leg. 822 says Jay. There's a chance he could be. Maybe just, it's always hard to tell people through the screen. Like, who knows? Maybe serious injury could have been inflicted at some stage, and it's just, unfortunate for that one. Ultra Edge didn't get on it there. Jack 22. And there's says Jack. Oh, wicket of Aaron Finch, he's gone. And that is the wicket that they much needed there. So we will go like this, and we will go like this. Australia wickets. That is going to be Finch. He did end up, oh no, he's disappeared. Where'd he go? Aaron Finch, he managed to get himself 23 off 36. 23 off 36. There we go. Also, I've got there. I have gut feeling. Who's 22? What is gut feeling? I mean, as long as he's not causing any harm, I don't mind too much. Like, it could be worse. Like, I've had spammers who come in before who just pretty much call me every name under the sun and say that I'm pretty much a useless person. But he's not too. Oh, no, he got timed out again. So we have got there, stop with random stuff. And there's his Petty Wagon. And that one, but that was hit nicely. I'm actually watching a KFC ad at the moment. Now I want KFC, but we don't have KFC open in these regions of the world. I was there next, isn't timeout? And as else says Betty. And also, I think I'm missing messages again. I think yours is just not playing the game, is it, Gareth? For yourself. And also, we have got there. Sorry if it cut off your speech abruptly as well in the situation. But yeah, pretty much as long as he's not like doing anything too offensive and whatnot, I don't mind. Overall, because we've had people in the past, like, yes, it could be spamming or he could be a troll, but we have had people in the past that a lot of people have thought, yep, you're like a muppet, I guess you could say. And then I've talked to them in real life and they're just like not a muppet, but just like, I feel like I want to say an example, but I feel like it would be really mean to say the example. But a few of you guys will know who I'm talking about in that regard, of how at the start you guys thought that he was trolling, but then you kind of saw his videos and realized that there was something there that, like, you can't really be too harsh to him type thing. Apparently now that's another, is that the wicket? No, it's just a wicket. Okay, I thought we might have been at the end of another stage. And for me, when you ask, what is gut feeling, it just feels like taking the piss. And there's our situation, Hamish. Maybe you and George could buy and build a KFC and get down free KFC and good cash flow. Yeah, but I don't think our town's big enough. Or like, we've only got like 3,000 people, so you'd have to work on the theory that everyone who comes in would be getting KFC, like just to try and keep us going. And you got to remember, George loves KFC, so he would eat a majority of our KFC, and that would really like kind of break into the profit margin. And there as well. I don't know why I'm looking at people painting things, but I'm kind of intrigued. I think it's the Masters, yes it is, for the golf. I don't know whether or not me and George would ever do a golf commentary. It would be interesting to see how it goes. We once did a golf video that never got released, and pretty much we learned that you can smack the ball into the crowd, and that's what we did for a good 2 hours. Pretty much aiming at everyone but where we were supposed to be aiming. Oh, but I found that video. The one that I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the one that involves, the one with me in the sumo suit doing the trampoline jump. I found it. And so I learned that it's actually on my D drive and it's hidden. It's a little sneaky one. Is it still here? This it? No, it's not that one. I think it's somewhere in there. I kind of just hid it away so that no one could see it. All right, I'm going to see whether or not it is here, and I might show you guys in the in-between break if you're lucky. Last ball over down the lead side. It's going to be whipped away. We'll just be kept to the single. Okay, that's weird. Now it's not there. Maybe it's the wrong format. So you can't actually have it on me streaming thingy, my bob. Also, there's a new person asking for mod. And there's and how do I get mods? Says Dale. It's pretty much from just being on the channel for a long time and kind of consistently, I guess, kind of yeah, just being around. And also there, we have got. I would want to own a KFC on Macca's one day. And yeah, I mean, it would be an interesting one. You'd have to make sure that you have a balanced diet though, in that regard. And also, we've got the All Black halfbacks, Chris Laidlow from the 60s and David Kirk, who captained our 87 World Cup side. We're Rhodes Scholars in there as well. That is going to be, once again, if Takar just going for the one. That's a their message was removed. And there's Ben McDermott currently. He's only got 3 runs in ODI. 3 matches, 29 runs in ODI. So he hasn't got a huge amount of experience in this format. But if it's anything like his T20 play, he will be all right. And in that regard as well. Currently 15.1 overs down. These innings, they're going to be 50 overs. So it's actually longer than a test match day that we will be covering for this one if we do end up doing the full day of the cricketing action. But Babar Azam, I don't think he'll be very happy at the moment. Normally, if there's a guy under a lid, he'll smack him on the head. But he's looking like he's really fired up with the side. That's a nice shot from Ben McDermott. Hitting it down to a deep fine leg. They do get themselves a single. Yeah, for some reason, like I can't actually import that video of me doing a trampoline trick shot. So that's all right in a way. Because that means I don't have to... Oh, I found it again. How do I get that over there? Because it's just sitting there. Can I like copy it? Or send it somewhere? Send to... Copy it. What if I paste it to the desktop? A moment, I'm going to be doing some trickery. Okay, I think I did it. Maybe. Not too sure, though. Currently now, Pakistan, they're under pressure. That was close to going straight through. They will hit it out to deep cover, and we'll get the single once again, though, for Australia. So still going at around that 7.4 runs per over. And please don't make me mod too much work in there as well. It is tough. It is tough work. You got to press a whole heap of buttons. You got to try and, I guess, inspect people from a distance. Try and work out what they're about. You know, you got to go, is this person, like, are they someone else's account that maybe they've started? You know? Or, so even, I don't think I could do moderation too well overall, just because I'd always be like, they're all right. They'll do. And then they'll do something bad, and I'll be like, I guess I'll have to remove them. But currently, Travis Head sitting on 82 of 56. He's not too far off bringing up a century here. As long as he keeps on playing the way that he is, he should be able to bring it up within the next 4 overs, I would say. He'll probably get it. I just take easy way. I just time out anything. And there was RC's Patty. I feel like that's a good way to be. You know, just if something's tickling your fancy or not tickling your fancy, you're just like, yeah, you know what? 5 minutes is 5 minutes. And then worst comes to worst, you can be like, whoopsies, it was a mistake. That's a good ball. It was very nicely bowled by Zahid. Currently, right arm leg spinner, like they're saying. It's very handy. They've got Adam Zampa in the lineup for Australia. At least I think they do anyway. Did they pick Zampa? Yeah, they did. He's number 10. And also Swepson is in there as well. And his high score is 143, Travis said. So he's going all right at this stage, trying to work his way towards that total perhaps. Slowly getting closer and closer. A moment, I am just going like this and like that. Yeah, I've learned that file, you know, the one that I was talking about of the trampoline trick shot. I can't actually show it on StreamYard because it's the wrong format, which is quite annoying. But it also kind of saves me at the same time, so it's not too bad. But now Zahid started to find his line of length to McDermott. Won't be minding bowling to the right hander too much, I wouldn't think. Almost chopped it onto his stumps there, McDermott. He will be able to pick up another couple. And Babar Azam fields it nicely. And throws it back in, but they do get the 2 runs off it. At the moment, Travis, he's not getting too much of the strike. And I will apologise to Jack. We will apologise to Chris. And there as well, says Sebastian. That'll be an interesting one. See how that kind of accelerates or kind of transpires. Is that the right word? Probably not. That's all right. It's currently 12:15 a.m. here in New Zealand. We get into that later night stage of the night. And I was like, low as I. And did he apologise? Yeah, it says Gareth for that one. Well played once again by McDermott, but he has to play it well because it's a well-bowled delivery from Zahid. They will close out the 17th over as 120 for 1. Still going at the current run rate of 7 here for Australia. Nothing doing too much. But no, he didn't know, not publicly anyway. And there's Sebastian. Yeah. It's a weird one. And the moment, and I was like, but he didn't mean his apology. And there as well. Wait, did he apologize? And I was like, sometimes you can see a spammer by their poor sentence structure and vocab, and they're usually 35-year-old male versions. And yeah, that's going to be fielded very nicely by Harris. Ralph, they do get through for the 2. And also, hopefully you don't have anything to do tomorrow, says Dale. I think George wants to come around tomorrow early afternoon or maybe morning, depending on what time he finishes work. So that will be a challenge. Yep, he did. And there says Gareth as well. Now, once again, Iftikhar, he's gone for 17 runs so far with his 3.1. Travis Head trying to smack the ball very hard to the corner. Another big yawn. I'd say he apologised to the Academy and his few nominees, and his fellow nominees, but not to Chris. And there is Sebastian. It's going to be nicely done. Straight out to the fielder and Babar Azam. And currently, the longer they can keep Travis Head. Ooh. Tell you what, I want to be a player of the series. That's a good shot from Travis Head. He's seen that Jeep or whatever it is. You can get, whoever wins player of the series gets that Jeep thing. Boy, that's a nice vehicle just to play some good cricket. Travis Head, he said, I need a new car. That'll do me. I was like, Google, you see the apologies. And there's us, Gareth, and also, who's Chris? But why do I feel like I've been left behind at the bus stop? And there says David, Chris Rock. In that regard, I think that is. If the car, raise it down a little bit. No run taken. And that will be the end of his over. Very good over. 3 off it. And that is going to make it 123 for 1 now for the Australians. I'm just looking at those economies. 4.5 actually the best. And that's Harris Ralph with 4.6. And I was like that Chris David, as I David the mod there. It is late at night, so we can allow it a little bit more than we would if it was a normal hour. I'm going to slouch down a little bit because I feel like seeing as this is late at night and it's like we're in it for the long haul. If I do all this match is 7 hours, so we can chill. You know, I'm quite a laid back individual, which of course you guys can obviously tell because, yeah, I don't really have anything else. I feel like that part for the first part isn't really believable. Also, we have got there no charges laid, but if it was a normal everyday person who slapped Chris, would have laid assault charges, celebrity privileges. And there as well says Jay. That's going out to the fielder, and they do take the signal. That's too good. I'm getting sick of yawning. I don't know what's up with that. And also, we got that Hamish, please do 1 innings in Sunrisers Hyderabad versus who's that? Royal, no. Oh, that's one of the new teams, isn't it? Quite a lot of Kiwis playing. He apologised on Instagram. I can't wait to see this. And there's so coding, is that the game that has taken place? Is there one on now, or is it the game that starts at 3 in a couple hours' time? Do let me know. I'm going to have a look, though, and see what I can find out. Nice, Lofty. That's going to be drilled away to the boundary, and McDermott picks up his second boundary. So we have that, dear Jack. And now OMG clearly like 12. And there's us, says Betty. for that one. So the IPL, one moment. Is the IPL going on at the moment? No, it's not. So that game's taking place in 2 hours 38. So if we're still up, we'll see how we go. Overall for Hyderabad and Rajasthan. Also, only one game tonight at 7:30 Indian Standard Time, Rajasthan Royals. Although we have also got this game overlapping with it a little bit, I believe. Did you check his Paddy channel or channel Paddy? And there's us, says Jay. Now, currently, McDermott sitting there 9 of 15 currently. 11 fours, 4 sixes. Nice wrong in there. And also, Jack, I'm waiting for Will to properly apologise to Chris and mean it. And there's our Sebastian. That one, but it was a nice little bit of a rolling ball. It didn't really do too much. I don't know what McDermott's so disappointed about. He kept it out. I feel like that's the main thing at this stage. You don't want to lose your early wickets, or else then you get yourself into some trouble big time. But that will be 19 overs down now. It is 128 for 1. I will mention, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. We are currently sitting on 47 likes, closer and closer to that 50. So if you haven't already, please be sure to help us towards our half century. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button also, alongside checking out the pinned comment, which is the Kiwi Lad Sport. Yeah, I can understand IPL matches are very hard for people living in New Zealand. It's very late in the night. I think Jack has left the building, and Will Smith and Jada live in an open relationship. I've known couples in those kind of relationships. It's a time bomb. And just for you, my dear Jack, I'll wait until Jada and Jaden apologise as well. And there's and yes, Double David, hence the cockatoo joke. And there is and if someone slapped me flat hand, I wouldn't lay charges. It would be too embarrassing. I'm living in an open relationship with my job. Does that mean you do like jobs on the side? Maybe. Is that what you mean? Not too sure. You might have to clarify a little bit more there. Yeah, open relationship with. So is that like your job involves that? No, I'm very confused. At the moment, giving himself some space, McDermott strikes it beautifully. 4 more runs. And McDermott now moving up to 13 off 18 deliveries now. Going up very nicely for himself. And if him and Travis can keep on going for another 10 or so overs, like Australia getting 300 plus here, easy. They just keep on banging it away. Doesn't look too happy with that one, unfortunately, for the bowler. And Iftikhar just doesn't quite seem like he's found that length. Reverse sweep, and it was an awkward one for McDermott. He doesn't get through for the single. Why would you risk it? Jack has the channel. There's us, there's Gareth there. Currently now McDermott. So a lot of talking going on out there. I believe that is Muhammad Rizwan. And also I'm having an affair with personal projects besides my daily job. See, that makes a lot more sense when you word it like that. I guess I do the same a little bit. Like I got me YouTube, but then I also do a bit of, I guess you could call it commentary on the side, but a commentary practice, if that counts. Are all just kind of learning more about how to do things and whatnot. At the moment, Shahar, he hasn't had any bowling as of yet in this match, I don't believe, but he might not be too far off. I just poked myself in the eye quite badly. I don't know why I itched my eye like that. It didn't really work. Now, nice shot from Travis Head. And now all the way for 4 from Travis Head. He moves into the nervous 90s, and Hamish is also a stripper on the side. Says Jay, I thought we weren't going to tell anyone about our private sessions, Jay. You're exposing me. And I say, I see his apology. And there's else says Paddy, but I believe that was actually that man that we were just talking about who did miss that one out in the deep. But we will go like this. Abu Razam's not a happy man, but what will make that man happy? Not a lot, unfortunately. And currently, just needs a little bit more from his team, really, to try and get them back in this game. But 4 6s already, 13 4s, and we've only been going for 20 overs. The first 20 overs have flown by in this matchup, that is for sure. Currently now 138 for 1 here for Australia with a current run rate of 6.9. And also we have got there a lot restricted. No one's seen what I wrote in there. Haven't they? That's all right. I got this button, Jay. That's not... No, sorry. I could have done it. I did do it for half a second, but I didn't leave it up for very long. And that one as well. I love my software because if people remove their messages, I can still see them. And that one, remember that, ladies and gentlemen. And also the open relationship free to get into extra marital affairs. I've seen destroy couples. And then also, well, Jay said that when Jay said that, he didn't expect to be on the client list as well. And also we saw Jay, we also says Gareth for that one. And he was also a snitch, says Jay. And if he keeps delivering at the top of the order, I'd say it's Finch who should be worried when Warner comes back. And yeah, that's the thing. Finch, 35 years of age, getting up there in age. It's going to be now Kushdela Shah. Decent delivery for his first ball. They take the easy single. Nothing really too threatening for McDermott. I'm not a snitch. I'm a rat. And there as well, says Sebastian. Speaking of snitches, I feel like I don't know whether or not this is the right crowd. But have you guys seen that like Hogwarts new trailer for that new Hogwarts game? The Golden Snitch is where I was going with that one. But like, have you guys seen that? And do you think you'll get it when it comes out? I can't remember what it's called, but it's like Hogwarts something. I think Finch retired this year. This is Yaganaftia. I think he gets the World Cup, and then after that, they probably get rid of him, unfortunately. And also we have got there, here's the guts. If Will Smith gets condemned by the Academy and other notables and snowflakes are going to cry racism expand. And there as well, says David, and also want some cheese, says Patty. That's an interesting, oh no, for the rat, I assume that is an open relationship. It's like communism. Good on paper, but it doesn't work in real life. And Hogwarts legacy here, decent. And there says Sebastian. Well, I think it's still yet to be confirmed when it's coming out, isn't it? I did a weird thing the other day. Well, not really weird. I just went on the Xbox store and they had all the games that were extremely cheap, like 95% off. So I got a few random games that I was like, I could play them on the channel, and then I probably won't play them on the channel, but I got them just in case I did want to. I couldn't have seen it any better, or couldn't have said it any better. And then also Hamish David Warner is in India caution right now. Yeah, he is in the IPL or quarantine, I assume that is. So he will be getting closer and closer to the IPL. That's another 4 runs there. And that time it's from Ben McDermott, sorry. Now sitting on 19 off 24. Australia doing this quite comfortably for themselves. The stage and making it look like a brilliant batting surface, which makes you wonder, will Pakistan be able to do the same thing on the surface? Hit the leg side, going through the gap. And that is once again going to be the single. I've realized with 7 hours worth of live stream commentary, there's going to be some random stuff that isn't completely cricket related overall. But I think that's quite good. Splits it up a little bit. But currently at the end of the over, 145 for 1 off 21. But I did get like not 14. It's probably like 7 random games. Also, it is expected to be released in the later stages of the year, possibly early 2023. And next month, that movie comes out. Says David the Mod there. And also, that's what we need for the Muppets, a piggery. Pigs eat the entire human body except the dentures. Fun fact. Do they eat the fingernails? I thought it was fingernails as well get left out. But then I guess it depends on how long the fingernails are. Maybe it just gets kept in the mix. Or what did I buy? Okay, what games? I got a couple Tomb Raider games. Are they any good? I hope they are. Although if they were 95 or 90% off, I can probably understand that maybe they're not the best. But I think they're supposed to be decent. And where's your mum? She is sleeping because it is currently 12:30 a.m. And she decided that she would rather sleep because it's nighttime. Like, it's pitch black outside. And this game's on at an awful hour for us here in New Zealand, starting at 11 p.m. Now, Hassan Ali, nice shot once behind it there for McDermott. And also, yes, so it's Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, any good? Overall, I think I got a couple of them just because I was like, they seem like they're decent games. I got one called Carnival Games, which is pretty much just a heap of childish games, but I thought it might be all right. Bee Simulator. Me and George have been talking about getting that since it came out. Got a mini golf one. I really shouldn't have done what I did, to be honest. It's going to be down the leg side, and they take the bye there. Nicely done. But yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Is that any good? And also, what do you mean, mate? It's Lara Croft the best The best one, I mean, gaming sessions out there. The best WAN. I see. Haven't noticed yet. I got one that has got Sebastian in the title, Sebastian Lowe Borelli Evo, because it was like 95% off, and I was like, that'll do. And that's about all that I've got. So just random games that I was like, someday I'll play them. Maybe, oh no, not Rizwan's finger again. He hurts it every day of the week. I'm going to lean in, then I'm going to lean back. And also, Hamish, will you see Trent Bolt and Jimmy Neesham in the IPL today, says Ryan? Maybe. If I do a little bit of the both screen situation, I might be able to see a little bit of both. Muhammad Rizwan looks like he is once again going to be a little bit injured. What happens for this one? Right off the end of the finger. Oh, he might have hurt the knee as well, which doesn't look too good. And Tomb Raider games are awesome, says Sebastian. See, I don't know how many there are. And also, the name Sebastian devalued the product. Yeah, it was 90% off. Pretty decent. Pig farms and chicken farms before all the crazy strict laws used to be next to chicken farms. Or pig farms used to be next to chicken farms. They would sell the dead chicks to the pig farmer as cheap feed. Nice. Lovely. I've done some work with chickens in the past. It's a weird sentence, isn't it? And also, we got that Laura Croft made an XXX DVD. And there's us, says Jay. I feel like this is going to be the youngster in me asking the question, but what's the difference between X, XX, and XXX, Jay? I feel like you're the perfect person to ask that question to. Like, what is the difference? I have no idea. Like, all I know of X is normally it's 10 in Roman numerals, but I'm sure that that's not what they're meaning because it's not a 30 DVD, is it? It's a dirty DVD, but not a 30 one. Now, McDermott, oh, a little bit of in-swing there. But it is going to be nicely fielded. Travis said in the 90s and never heard of XX. So you've heard of X and XXX, but not XX. Okay, sorted. I feel like if my mum's like, what did you learn on the live streams last night, Hamish? I'll be like, well, mum, I learned what an XXX DVD is compared to an X DVD and an XX one. XXXX is a type of beer, isn't it? That was kind of close to an LBW. And also, I mean, a mate of mine told me that, and that it still counts as culture. And there's Sebastian for that one. I feel like I've got, well, I don't know. Do I have a lot to learn, or is it the stuff that I would be learning is the wrong stuff to learn for a rugby and cricket live stream? A little bit of, oh, that wasn't a mile off. That was very high pitched. Oh, for that one. Wasn't looking too bad, but he was right down at an XXXXX as Queensland beer. And there's us, says Jay. Also, is XX DVD. Oh, no. I don't think I can read that out overall. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. And why X? Why is X the letter that they chose? Is it supposed to stand for extreme? Extra? I don't know. These are the deep questions we ask at 12:30 at night. And ouch. There's us, says Jay for that one. Just scratching my cheek as you do. Currently almost 22 overs down here. We're almost halfway through the Australian batting lineup. McDermott sitting 22 off 30. I was wondering what the Christmas sound effect was, but it was pretty much my charger of my phone. Anytime I shake my leg, ends up hitting up against the light. And that's kind of like magnified noise of what it was doing. Fun fact. You probably didn't care. That would have been 3 reds, and he would have been gone if they had reviewed it there for Pakistan. So that's a bit of a mistake. So they would have quite liked to have McDermott out, I would have thought. But mistakes can be made. And that was one. Did anyone see an Academy Awards? Ellen Page, who played Juno in the film with the same name she is, Elliot Page. Did anyone see at the Academy Award? Is that the most recent one? See, I have no idea what's going on in Hollywood and whatnot in terms of when awards are, what awards they actually give out. who goes to awards? Like, what do you need to do to go to awards? I assume you have to be somewhat accomplished. So they wouldn't invite us, I wouldn't think. But that's all right. Seems like quite a long process. Also, we have got the Hamish, do you want tongue twisters? So we test your commentary skills. Do commentaries or do tongue twisters test commentary, though? I saw that DVD. There says David, and also we have got the yes, she had a sex change. And there as well. That's a nice prize for whoever is man of the match. Why would you put it? I mean, I get it, sponsorship. That's close. That's close. Swing your arm up, umpire, and give it out. No, he's not going to. I would go upstairs for it. And X-rated. Okay, so it's X-rated. So XXX means triple X-rated, which is very dirty, I guess. Or they use it with 1 second left. I decided it was worth a case. Okay. So if you hook up with her, are you get? She plays Shadowcat in the X-Men films there, but relinquished her female side completely. There we go. I got a lot to learn, don't I? Right, what does this board do? No, that's the wrong one. Wrong one to review. They already had that close one earlier on. Even though I did say give it out, but then looking at that one, it's missing. The angle's just too much. Down leg. Might be umpire's call if they are lucky. Okay, there's a gap between the bat and the ball. So I believe now this will come down to the ball tracking. Right. What do we got here? It's going to be original decision of not out. Pitching outside off. Impact. In line. Going down leg. Missing. And that is going to be the review gone. So they didn't review the last one. That was 3 reds. That one they've reviewed and it did not go well for them. Well, Sebastian. And that's where we live in now. I've just got to be more tolerant or get left behind. Says David, another matey. Good thing Warner not playing. And there's his young boy Pete. Welcome him, mate. And Travis said he's definitely opened well. And this one doing very nicely for himself. But do let me know. I haven't asked this question yet. How many runs are Australia going to get in their first innings? Can they get themselves towards 400? Probably not. That's quite high. Maybe 350 could be on the cards, though, at 7 and over. Also, fun fact, Shadowcat's real name is Kitty Pride. Also, you have a transgender that played cat named Pride. There you go. Fun fact for the day. Or the night, depending on how you look at it. Currently now it is Kashdilla Sahar. And I'll say, how can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Repeat 10 times. Think that will have to be one for the end of the over. That's going to be it in the air. No one back there, though. 4 more runs for Travis Eddie, moves up to 97, 388. So prediction there, and reviewing that was as bad as the G.I. Jane joke I've heard the other day. There says Abdullah. And that one goes up and comes down, and Travis said, says thanks very much. And young boy Pete's Bone Shake, is that a 6th joke in there as well? Wait, 388. Or the Warner one. And also reckon that which brother of destruction entrance and attire you like the most? All red attire Kane with mask versus all black with darkness attire of Undertaker, and why? That's a tricky one. Oh, well, they're both unique in their own way. Oh, that was a direct hit. Did make his way through. They do get the quick single. I'll go Undertaker just because I feel like he's been around for so long, and I know Kane's been around for a long time as well, but to be able to keep your character going for so long, the Undertaker, I feel like you just hear that gong and you go, oh, yeah, it's going to be good. So how can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream tan? No. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cram? I was just reading it. Doesn't make sense, really. How can a cram or a clam cram in a clean cream can? Why is there a clam in a cream can is my first question. And also, if you were born on a lawn at dawn, would a fawn spawn and make you yawn? Yeah, add that one in there just in case. Throw away from 100 for Travis Eddie. He's getting close. The moment he's on strike currently. Doesn't get the single there. He sits on 98 currently. I know that there's one that's like Sally sat on the swing, and it's Maxwell on the side. He is not. I believe he is going to be heading to the IPL, if I'm not wrong. That's on an Australia target around 350 plus. And there says Jagannath, yeah, anything over that, they will be very much so in the box seat. They already are 73% likely to win this game, Australia, from here. Nicely played once again. Soft hands from Travis Head. He gets the single, moves up to 99. Does anyone here like political satire, which, because I watched the death of Stalin this evening, hilarious. And I still need to watch, what is it, Monty Python? No, is that the right one? Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? I'm waiting for the sequel. Nice. And also if he gets a 2 or a 3, it's his 100. He certainly does. He's getting closer. I'm going to slide down on my chair again because it is comfy. I'm saying 345. Says Betty Wagon there, and it's awesome. The actor who played Zukov was awesome in there, and also why all Australian players choose this time playing for national side instead of IPL, because in past they chose the IPL dollars. I mean, to be honest, a majority of these guys didn't get contracts. So they were like, well, we might as well not just sit around sad about it. We might as well just play for our country instead. So, I mean, yes, some of them might have turned down a contract because they wanted a little bit of an easier summer/winter/whichever month we're in. So good job there from McDermott. Goes back for the 2 runs. Well run between the wickets. And McDermott, he's sticking over quite nicely for himself here as well. Sitting on 28 off 37. And also I've got there, you think a pick of Stalin next. See, I feel like I don't know political people very well, you know? Which, I mean, is probably a good thing or a bad thing. George weirdly has like a real good knowledge of like dictators, which should I be concerned? Probably overall, but he seems to just know so much. Who's out and who's in? Smith out, who else? So another player was out. Who else? Or as in compared to the test side, I assume we're talking. So no Pat Cummins, no Hazelwood, no Stark, no Nathan Lyon, no David Warner. Cameron Green's still in there, I do see. Alongside him getting added in, it was Adam Zampa, Nathan Ellis, Sean Abbott, and then also Marcus Stoinis in there. And Ben McDermott, Aaron Finch. Those are the other 2, if we're talking about that. The red rabbit ran rampant around the reddened, freckled ramp. See, the thing is, some of them I can say, I just can't read them. So like that's the big problem. Top chopsticks, shop stock, top chopsticks, repeat 10 times. Marnus Labuschagne, he is still there. He's going to be coming in at number 4 for this matchup. And basically, this is Australia Team C. We'll give them a B overall. There's still a classy side. They should be able to get themselves the win here, whether or not they have got those players in and out. I think the bowling's going to be tested. No Swepson also, I hope, Agar in. Hey, Jay. Number 11 for this game. It's it's Mitchell Swepson. They've gone with him again. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. And Gareth Ferguson, Jason Isaacs. And there says David the Mod. Currently now, Iftikhar about to bowl again to Travis Head. Nicely played in mind. That's the 100. I'll give Australia an A+. And that is Travis Head, brilliantly batted by that man. I don't know how to clap at this time of the night without it being loud. I'll do a Rob Dyrdek clap. You know that guy for ridiculousness? He claps like this, doesn't he? Doesn't make too much noise, but it's a good one there for Travis Head. 100 runs off 70 balls, 12 fours, 3 sixes, strike rate of 142. Whereas our Travis Head really an attacking batsman in both Test and ODI, really taking Pakistan bowlers to the cleaners, and congrats for the 100. You're doing very nicely for himself. That is his second 100 in his ODI career. I believe someone mentioned that his high score is actually 143. Might be able to go above that. He's got plenty of time. He's only halfway through the innings. That's a hiccup. That's another hiccup. I'm on fire. Just like Travis Head. Oh, reverse sweep from McDermott. He's decided he wants to join in a little bit. Also, we have got there. Are you a fan of Chanel West Coast, the blonde chick on the show Ridiculousness? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a fan, and I wouldn't say that I'm not a fan. I just kind of like, she's on the show. Like, so if I watch it, I don't think, oh, I don't like her, or oh, she's nice. Oh, it's just that, and you're all Hamish. There's plenty of time. Stay young, mate. And there's David the Mod. Is that for my tongue twisters or for my brain cells? Because both are lacking at the moment. I reckon knowing politicians, or you're all good, Hamish. I think that is for my political knowledge. All right, can he make 200? He's got a chance. He's got time. Come in, thoughts, process, sweeps them will come good. And the worst thing is he's not even in this side either. I want to crack the 800 subscriber targets. Keep on uploading. That's the best way to do it. Keep on keeping consistent, keeping up with the grind, and you will get there eventually. Just a bit of advice that I got, because that's the thing. It's also very easy to look at numbers as milestones, and yes, they're a good motivating factor, but sometimes like numbers don't matter as much as like enjoyment, if that makes sense. Like, I would rather have a video that has 100 views if everyone who watched it enjoyed it, rather than having a video with 10,000 views and only 100 people enjoyed it type thing. So it's all about finding that kind of nice ratio, and people who want to watch your content, they will subscribe, they will stick around. Fastest hundreds for Australia. It's actually pretty quick. Trevor said he's the 8th quicket. He's gone above Ricky Ponting from 2006. Oh, advancing. Travis here. That's a nothing shot. He's gone on 101. He kept the concentration for so long. He got the 100. And then he just ended up going out, unfortunately. What Travis said. Right, this is the moment that I was talking about. Marnus Labuschagne makes his way to the crease. Does he score 50 off 150, or does he give us a good show here? That's the big question. But Travis said dismiss, still brilliant innings. I'm from India, so he's pretty welcome in, mate. And where's Shannon? And also their sports people have more influence over politicians. They need to set a good example for young kids. I'm from Namibia. So what's the time in Namibia, Jay? Let me know. I always find it funny when someone says that they're from a certain location on like another live stream, and you're like, what's the time there? And then they go quiet because they have to look up the time zone. So I mean to say less people watching, but with more comments and likes, it's compared to high level watching with less comments. Well, not so much in terms of even like the comment side of it, just like having a video that you're proud of type thing. Like that interview that we did with Norm Maxwell, like it was never going to be one that went viral. But from what I heard from you guys really enjoyed it. So that was better to me than having a video that had a whole heap more views, but people weren't really liking it as much, if that makes sense. And Travis here has done a ripper job. He has indeed. But yeah, I was mentioning about it the other day, how I pretty much, like George went up to Timaru, I think 2 days ago while I was doing some editing, because he just travels wherever he wants to go, really. When he has got a mindset of something he wants to do, he'll go do it on that day. So he went and got himself a machine for a video that I won't mention, although it is involved in a vlog, that if we ever release the vlogs, the footage will be in there. But also got myself another one of these, which isn't going to come out. But pretty much, you guys will know, as video makers, like these things just never hold enough stuff. I realize this is my 4th hard drive from a 1.5 or 2 years-ish of doing YouTube videos. And this one's another 4 terabyte one, and it's already a terabyte down at this stage. So I'm probably going to have to invest at some stage in like one that's like 18 terabytes, but they are close to $1,000. So I don't know how that would go overall, but yeah, I just keep on running out of space on them. I've got, I think, 11 terabytes worth of space. I've used pretty much all of it. Also, we have got the Travis here should be proud of himself hitting his second 100. He should be. I think he's just going to be more disappointed that he did sadly go out just before getting able to bring up too many more runs. Robert Labuschagne straight away getting himself off the mark, getting the single. He does tick it over quite nicely indeed. Harris Ralph, the bowler at the moment here. Travis had used to the feet, and he just ended up hitting it straight down to the fielder. It was a good take because if he had dropped out, I think Babar Azam might have actually stabbed that man. I love your collaboration videos with other fellow creators. Please do more, or you can join them in a live stream. It'll be fun with Zoom call. Just connect multiple streamers doing commentary and the SS coding. Although sometimes it's a bit tricky with, like, if we're doing commentary wise, just because of the fact that it does end up kind of overlapping. Like, what is it? It kind of overlaps depending on the delay that you've got. And also, I haven't seen Rugby Itch collaborations lately. We've had him. Or I've actually, that's the thing. I had him on for, who was it? I think it was the end of France versus England he came on, but we haven't done a video yet in the last little while. We were actually going to be hopefully fitting one in for Moana Pacifica versus the Blues as like a prediction lineup thing, but then unfortunately that week just flew by and it just was here, unfortunately. And there were so many JAs on YouTube, I wanted to subscribe and then but gave up. Says Gareth there as well. Yeah, one of me is enough. Here's Jay. One moment, I think I can do this. I think if I go here, because I have the power, you know, I'm the big boss man. Go to channel. I can go like this. Jay's got 17 subscribers. If I do this, Jay, I'm expecting an upload from you at some stage. That's Jay's YouTube channel link. Check it out. I guess while you're at it, check out QLad Sport as well. There's the pinned comment. Should probably plug my own stuff as well, shouldn't I? But I always forget at this stage. Apparently, this picture's looking very nice indeed. And did you buy a hard drive? I did. So I got another one. And OL 17 now, yeah. You're building up quite the fan base, Jay. And my first hard drive I ever used was 120 megabytes in 1992. And there as well. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Also, what about my channel link? And there says Shannon. Yeah, I feel like I probably need to do that as well, don't I? One moment. That's right. Jake went up. Two of you people click subscribe on that one. One moment, Shannon. I feel like this is becoming like a shout out Sunday. How much did it set you back? It was $180, which was unfortunate because now I probably can't buy too much else in the next little while. There you go. That's Shannon's link as well. And a whole heap of random channels going on. And there, David, you want some subs? And I go on, puts my link in as I'm disappointed with you, Jay. No Ram Ranch videos. Yeah, I want to see a reaction and a sing along of what each lyric means, Jay. You know, an analysis of what each lyric and line of Ram Ranch actually clarifies about. You know, I want a deep analysis into it. As deep as those Cowboys are going at Ram Ranch. It's the video. How long does it take you to fill the hard drive? Unfortunately, not very long. My last 4 terabyte hard drive probably took 4 to 6 months, I think. It doesn't take very long because some of our files of like recording, like if we record for 2 or 3 hours, that's like 50 gigabytes easy. And we do that multiple times. And that's the thing with those hard drives, that's not even recording or downloading my actual thingamabobs, my live streams and putting them on there. And Betty, that sounds sexual and erotic, also a little gay. And as well. And then also put my link into why not, says Patty. One moment. Go on to here. We'll go like this. Jay's gone up 3. 106 for a hard drive, 180 in there. So it was an expensive venture, I guess, but then saying that you kind of get what you pay for it in terms of like you pay for 4 terabytes and they rip you off and give you like 3.6. There we go. That's Patty's link as well. So we've got Patty, Shannon's, and also Jay's in there. Should I put mine? Probably should put mine as well. Although I think the majority of you guys are already subscribed to mine for the Kiwi Lad Sport channel. Currently now, we look there. Travis said was able to get himself 101 off 72. Also there, McDermott sitting on 35 off 45 deliveries. 26 overs down. We're halfway through this first innings. And also what happens when you drop the stream quality to 720. I do that for the longest streams in there, says Abdullah. So yeah, if I was to actually like download those ones, I would definitely, I guess, try and drop them down a little bit or compress them or something along those lines. But yeah, these are normally like as in recordings through my editing software or something like that. Like my webcam, I cannot keep footage from because it literally uses up like hundreds of gigabytes if I record for a few hours, which is why I need a massive hard drive, bigger than that one probably. I got F-all. Says Gareth, not for long, Gareth. You do have F-all. You know what, Gareth? I'm your first subscriber, mate. There we go. Wait, you got your subscribers hidden. You're not going to let me see if I'm your first one or not. Also, we have got there. Is that from a local hardware store? No, he went up the road 30 minutes, and it was from the, I guess, electronics store, I guess you could call it there, but they are taking another single there for the Australians. Currently, Doorlands, as it is called, liking it. Looks like a well-established brand. Big number one in home appliances brand in Pakistan. Oh, there you go. It's going to be a little bit leg sideish. No run taken there for that one. Currently now McDermott sitting there on 36 of 47 at this point in time. And also, I'm second sub, says Pity there as well. Nice shot down the ground. That's going through the gap, but they will just get themselves the single there for that one. And if the car fields it nicely at long off, just one more ball to go. Labuschagne sitting there 2 off 4. He's doing kind of what I was concerned that he might do, and that it's scored not too many runs and not much of a hurry. But he's still early on, so I'm hoping that that will just be a little bit of a, I guess, slow start. And then after that, he's going to come right. There's going to be 178 for 2, though, off the 27 overs. Just realised, have we still got a Sebastian somewhere? I'm looking through, and Sebastian might have disappeared. He did put Putin in his last message, so hopefully nothing serious has happened for using that. And also we have got there the amount of GoPro technology, or the amount of technology you need a GoPro 2, right? Probably, but at this stage, the funds wouldn't allow for a GoPro alongside it, I don't think. The problem is, if you've got an active channel, you can't go trolling anymore. That's true, because people recognize you. And people go, hey, I know you. You're the one that I thought was all friendly, and now you're like trolling people. That's the thing. I don't really use my Kiwi Lads one to actually view YouTube when I view YouTube. It's actually one of my, my personal account, rather than the Kiwi Lads one. And I think that's just a weird thing that I got, how I kind of keep it all very private. You can call me Mr. Influencer now. There you go. Big time. That one. Have you still got your subscriptions hidden, Gareth? No, you got 3 subscribers in there. Paddy, he shot himself up to 7. He's doing well. Shannon at this stage, he's sitting on 732. And Jay has bumped himself up to 20. And there as well. In fact, Shannon, 733 for that one there. And also we've got there, you got Pretty Misses. And there as well, says David, Pretty Misses. Yes, this is Gareth. So, 800 subscribers. And there as well, says Shannon. Currently now 72, that's a lie, 27.2. There's Ralph. Always steams into the crease, no matter what. And Amish, you could put some of your gaming content on Twitch, man. Could do. We probably will have to. Oh, that was close to a run out. And is that you in the photo? Isn't that you in that photo on your channel? Says David. Or is picture that we have got for him as a G? So I assume it's not that one. We got new member, but it didn't actually come up on the channel for the new member. So was that you, David, or was that just someone refreshing? Because it's like that little section next to the 52 likes, which we have been able to tick over to very nicely. Mars, or in fact, it was McDermott who skidded along the ground, hurt himself a little bit there. But it's going to be continuing now, sitting on 38 of 50 deliveries. Slowly working his way towards his half century. Slower ball from Harris Ralph. They take the single. They might even get the 2 for it. No, they don't risk it. It might be me. And there's us, says David the Mod for that one. Currently, Labuschagne back on strike. 3 off 7. Just need to keep on accelerating that run rate here for the Australians. And nope, just got a G in there as well. Says Gareth. Harris Ralph. The pace that man brings, it's great wrist action. Just flicks it through. We have membership gone, David. It went weird. He had it for about till 8 o'clock, I think it was, and then it disappeared. But I think it's going to be back very soon. They think that that's worth a bit of a shout there. Mohammed Rizwan not getting too excited about it, though. So I doubt they will go upstairs for this one. But it is a wide by Harris Ralph. That's actually 9 wides bowled by Pakistan so far throughout the first 27 overs, which is actually 1 every 3 overs when you think about it. But currently, they are just shown in Pakistan. They were having a bit of a warm-up with a whole heap of the public, which was pretty awesome to see. Now I'm at 733, and there's Shannon there. Now Harris Ralph charges into the crease once again, and this man loves taking wickets, hasn't been able to take one as of yet. Ooh! Sorry, that was very loud. Hopefully it didn't wake anyone up, but that was close. But it's once again going to be a wide for Harris Ralph down the leg side, but I thought someone got a little bit of a feather on that one. But Labuschagne just struggling to get on to Harris Ralph early. And yes, the ball has been, I guess you could call it sporadic in the direction that he has been bowling, but still is one that Labuschagne would have liked to get onto, even though it's down the leg side a little bit more. Currently 183 runs here for Australia. I was just checking the odds, how it is sitting currently, and it seems like Australia are still well and truly in the box seat. Labuschagne, nice shot, well fielded though. They do want the single. They don't quite get through for it because Imam Huck was very good with the fielding there. Go like this. There we go. They are just showing their Harris Ralph. He's actually bowling it way behind the wickets or way behind the front line. So making sure that it is going to be a clean old ball. And I can't find Gareth's channel. There, one moment, David. I will help you out. There you go. That is the link to Gareth's channel, David, if you don't want to look for the G. And also 13. I guess how old I am. I think you're 26, aren't you, Ryan, or somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit older. But all right, little tip with memberships, join on the 1st of the month. If you join on the days before the end of the month, YouTube will charge you that month and charge again in a few days for the next month. That's pretty rough from the YouTube world, isn't it? Cheeky YouTube. And Amish now promoting people's channels. Seems that way. I kind of went down a weird track, didn't it? Overall, but probably this will be the only live stream that we do constant promotions and whatnot as well. But yeah, feeling generous. It's the middle of the night, and we are up to about our 9th hour of live streaming. So I thought, why not? I just realized I don't even have the game up on my screen anymore. There we go. It was just in between 29. And this is Ryan. So it wasn't too far off. A couple overs at the moment. Lahore is going to be the location of the 2nd ODI, the 3rd ODI, and also the T20 International. I was close. And this is video with 13. I mean, in some ways, kind of. A little bit. It's going to be the single once again there for Labuschagne. In fact, that was actually McDermott who was able to get himself a single. He's moved up to 40 runs now with 52 deliveries ahead. So in there, 1 for 41. And also, Hamish, all we need is to look for a sponsor for your channel. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And also, I run my bank so they can take care of it tomorrow, today, I mean. And there says David the Mod on that one. But yeah, it seems so weird that they, like, YouTube, I have no idea how it works half the time or most of the time, to be fair. Nicely bowled. Once again, McDermott getting right in mind, and I hope so. And yeah, it says Batty Wagon. Oh, wrong one. Nicely bowled there once again. Quickly going to find out something. I feel like my brain is walking on a whole heap of random directions at this stage. I think that's just because it's a long process of ODI, isn't it? And YouTube love to take 30%. They do. They love it as well. But I guess without them and without their platform, I couldn't do what I do. So I guess it's a small price to small price to pay. What I was trying to say. Am I enjoying a free trial? I have an account, Matt. What's this on about? One moment. I just quickly have to sign into this thing. Also, if not, there's another way I can pay. And there says David. Yeah, I feel bad that the badges took so long to build up, because I think one of the badges you do have to have it for isn't it 6 or 9 months or something like that, which I always feel sounds like a very long time. But some of you guys have got your fancy badges now, which I feel like looks pretty awesome, because it just kind of makes you stand out that little bit more in the chat. You got that little tiny thing of that we can kind of go, oh yeah, that's such and such, or yep, that's someone, they've been around for this long type thing. I'm fixing something. Okay, I think I fixed it. And also set up a PayPal link to your in your description. YouTube get nothing then. And there's SJ, although PayPal gets something, don't they? Don't they? And I was over there, didn't you do podcasts for a while? I did. For a little while. We did have a rugby podcast that was going. Not sure what's happening with that anymore. I haven't really heard back about anything for the past few months. So I don't believe it's still going. But yeah, at this stage, I mean, me and George have always talked about doing some sort of weekly, pretty much catch-up thing of what is happening in the world of just life. Well, not really life, but just the world of sport and whatnot. See whether or not that is something you guys would want to see. Although it's just kind of finding the time to be able to do so as well, which does get a bit tricky because George isn't really available every week instead of just parts of certain weeks. Just going to click like that, and we will go like that as well. And also over there, why many news do we could do, although not a lot happens here. So it'll probably be the exact same thing of, hey guys, nothing happened. See you later. And that'll be all. And also, I'm not sure if PayPal get a cut. And I should do a vlog at George's farm. Oh, Jay, you're reading my mind. I wanted to do a video of working for George for a day for his silage contracting business. I'd suck at it, but it would be interesting. But, that was close to the outside edge. Harris Ralph really likes it. I thought something hit there, but he's going to have to try and convince Babar Azam. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. He doesn't go up for it, and the time is up. What did this hit? I think it hit the seam. Oh. Tell you what, that wasn't too far away. You mean to sit down and talk about sports stream a little bit? Or kind of like a news station. Now we're sitting behind a desk and just pretty much doing what we do on our live streams, except in video format type thing. Just a heap of random facts and whatnot. Weather, even though no one cares about the weather here because no one lives here other than us. I think we watched Anchorman and then decided to get all inspired. And also tried to put a pickup and it won't. And this is Gareth. So you're stuck with your G at that stage and talk about life philosophies too in there. And Arish Muhammad Harris is replaced wicketkeeper if Rizwan is injured. Okay, there was no noise there for Manus. Fair enough. Now we have got 2 more balls left till the 30 overs down. Then it's only another 20 left. That's a short ball. Didn't quite get onto it there for McDermott, but he moves up now onto 47 for himself there. Oh, sorry, 46. Maths is hard. There, I just showing Travis said he was having a highlight reel of his own. I've actually found that clip of the trampoline trick shot. If you guys are slightly interested in that one, I could play it at the 30 over mark. Perhaps if that is something you do want to see, even though it's not a fun clip. But I did say about it one other time, and I said that I would show it, but then I couldn't find it. So I felt like it's only right that I maybe show it now. It's going to be worked to the leg side. And they do just take the single and make it like What a Lad podcast, Hamish and George style. And there says Danny Lewis. So, yeah, I mean, we would have plenty to talk about. It's just trying to make sure that it's consistent enough because we don't want to film multiple a week. But, like, we also don't want to commit to it if we can't get it, like, weekly. And that's a great idea, Hamish. Just maybe a discussion on the weekend games and other things. And yes, please. Says Patty there. I think that is for the sumo trampoline trick shot. It's a good one, to be fair. Like, it's actually a good shot. And I regret it because it's one that I don't think I'll be showing too many people anytime soon. At the moment, the innings, they've still got another hour and a half left. And there's going to be a Kushtil. We'll be bowling this one now after the 30 overs. That was a quick little turnaround because it has gone from spin to pace, so that didn't really work for us in our favour because I know that the clip is about 12 seconds long, and that wasn't even 12 seconds between the overs, I don't believe. Currently now, Marnus Labuschagne sitting there in 9 of 15, and it's the big question of whether or not he can accelerate the way that we expect him to in this one. He's not going too bad at the moment, but he still needs a few more runs in a hurry. Currently getting another single, though, moves into double figures, 10 runs off 16 deliveries. The next few batsmen that they've got that can come in, they've got Marcus Stoinis still just around the corner. Also, is their keeper Alex Carey, Cameron Green is there, Adam Zampa, Mitch Swepson, if they do need him, and then also Sean Abbott is there, who's quite a capable batsman when he does need to be. And then the other fast bowler is Nathan Ellis, is the other one who will be charging in like a madman every chance that he does get. Sweet shot from Marnus. And also, with that, I want to see my subscribers to go up. And as I said, Shannon, and the best thing to do to see them go up is just keep on consistently uploading. Hey, Gareth's got a profile picture. 400 could be on the cards. Do you want me to put your profile picture up on the screen? Gareth, it looks like it might be a child, so I don't want to put it up just in case you don't want whoever that child is up on the screen. But yeah, I can see that you've actually changed it. There's have a Red Bull before you do a podcast. Probably some interesting conversations from it. See, our thing is Fanta. If we have a Fanta beforehand, we talk for hours about the randomest stuff, and none of it makes sense. Well, some of it makes sense. Like, if George comes around tomorrow morning, if the weather's bad, like, the worst thing is if the weather's bad, it's not good because the video we have filmed or kind of realized to film is going to be what we were going to do. We're going to do something outside. So if it's raining, that doesn't really work. And I reckon the secret to the idea is you have to make sure you control the dialogue, interesting topics. Yeah, and that's probably the tricky thing, is segueing in a way that makes sense. I think, and also art worked. There you go, Dave the Mod. And there as well says Gareth. Currently McDermott sitting on 49 not out of 62 deliveries. I just spent like 20 seconds just staring at the screen, and I was just enticed by the zoom out that we had. I was like, maybe we can mention some topics. And there it says Danny Lewis and McDermott is cooked. And there's us says Abdullah. He's looking quite hot, isn't he? Looks like he is definitely feeling the heat out there in Pakistan. McDermott on strike. Single to the leg side, and he gets himself his 50. Very nicely done by McDermott. He is looking very red at the moment, isn't he? He's looking like he's worked hard throughout it. Sean Abbott, he's a very happy man at the moment for his teammate. And now it gets the handshake from Marnus. And now we'll look to be continuing towards his 100. That's actually his first ever 50 in ODI. Pretty impressive from that man. And Fitty, and there's well, says Captain James, are dragons a myth or real animals? So initially it was going to be based around sport or something along those lines. I think that was close. It's going to the boundary, but he might have been able to just stop it from getting there. Another big yawn. Good question. There it is. Oh, his foot was on the rope. Unfortunately for him. Just stretching out at this stage. I feel like this chair gets uncomfier as the days go on. Like they're saying, he got a hand to it, but I believe that foot was touching the boundary rope as he got the hand to it. I was like, hey, Cecil Leonard, welcome into the live stream, mate. And are you streaming this whole game? We're seeing how we go. We've currently been streaming for 2.5 hours, but we also did 6 hours of live streams earlier today. So we've done 8.5 hours almost at this point in time, but we'll see how we go. If we still have a voice at the end of it, we'll keep on going. If my voice runs out or I end up falling asleep on the spot, we might have to stop. But if I don't, then we've got a whole match of ODI to watch. Currently adjusting my foot because I've got an itchy bite on my ankle, and anytime I have my pants in the wrong spot, it ends up just kind of itching it. And Hamish, your answer, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Like the dragon, like if you're looking at Komodo dragon, which is just a giant lizard, it's got the last name dragon. So you'd have to argue maybe. And Steve Smith won't have an innings to recover. The average of Marnus, if he gets out in an ODI, says blindside there. And also Aussie's on target to get almost 400. And also, I wouldn't blame you if you don't, says Captain James. Yeah, I want to at least get through Australia's innings, though. I feel like that's my big goal. And that's the thing. If I did get through the Australian innings, the other side of it is I would probably end up not so much as going to bed, but maybe watching the second half while also doing some other editing and work during it. So it wouldn't really be an early night anyway. And also, we have got the depends on the quality of DMT. I'm going to be at the Tynus is catching up as well. No worries at all, mate. I can't see Gareth's photo yet. Do you give me permission to put it up, Gareth, so David can see what it looks like? If you don't want me to, just say and I won't. Overall, I want to make sure that it is all right before doing it because I do see it's a child. So I don't know whose child it is. I hope it's yours. At least you just found a random child and have it as a photo. And so I know on Chinese dragons, well, it depends. I guess everything's got a kind of reason. Not really. Some things don't have reason. Like why? Like a rice cracker's a thing. I'm just looking down at a packet of rice crackers. Why are they there? You know, who forgot to put them out? It was me. Can you guys still hear me when I whisper? Like if I go like this? Probably. There we go. Wait, so that would be, this is you, Gareth. Sorry, I had to do it, didn't I? Okay, so that's what Gareth's picture looks like in that one. Is that you, Gareth, or is that a stranger? I assume it's you if it's in the picture. A child. I thought it was a child from a distance. Okay, it looked a lot more youthful from this far back because I only see it in a little tiny picture. I'm just curious. I know you guys are going to hate this. Maybe, but I'm going to move my microphone a lot closer to see if you guys can hear me better or if it just sounds horrible. Okay. How does this sound? Does this sound utterly terrible? I call Gareth a child. I didn't mean to. Overall, he looked very youthful in his picture. And also, we could discuss anything. The secret is you, Hamish, have to steer the dialogue. Put it back. If it's trying too much, change it. If it's boring. And there says David the Mod, yeah. It's a tricky one because I feel like interview-wise, I always let it just go in the direction that the other person wants it to go type thing. And a bit more crisp. It still sounds good, sounds better. And there says Abdullah as well. And also looks sus, kind of ram ranchy. Now that's only if I'm not going to do that because Gareth, or probably one of you guys, Jay, you'll screenshot that. And then I won't be able to live it down. So does it sound better than when it's back there, or is it still about the same? Do let me know. Because I guess it's just finding somewhere to put it. That's an awesome microphone, man. And I've had it for a while. Yeah, I did use the small one on the headset just because sometimes this one doesn't pick it up too well, unfortunately. I don't even know what setting I've got it on. I don't know how to use it, really. I just talk into it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just stock standard. Currently, McDermott saying that, and clarity just sounds a bit better. Is it too loud overall with it this close, or does it not sound too bad overall? Now, nicely played once again from McDermott, working it to the leg side. That's a big misfield, and he has really pushed that one almost away to the boundary. It's going to be at least a 2. And wait, were you calling me a child? I thought you were calling my missus a child. Bugger you. And no, I was calling your missus a child, but she's obviously not a child, just to clarify. And but yeah, pretty much it was like from my position, right? I can't see your face because it's got a little YouTube logo over your face. But for your missus, this might be out. That's out. I think that's Marnus has been run out, ladies and gentlemen. And what about getting a pin mic? Is that one that goes on there? I actually did that once for a Bunnings NBC live stream, and it didn't work. Pretty much it played the game audio and went crazy, and we almost got a copyright strike because of it. But I think that's Marnus out, is it? Or is it, who's out? I think it's McDermott, in fact, sorry, who's being run out there. I wanted it to be Marnus, I'll be honest, but we'll go like that. I think McDermott was pretty tired anyway. So it's probably not a terrible thing, him going out in that situation. Also, we got the Yesi gassed out, and then they run Manus, and also Mod in there as well. And also, why don't we, or we don't want people coming into a stream, and we're talking about dressmaking. And there says David, that's true. That is very true. But yeah, I've got a couple little lapel mics around as well. They're just not the highest of quality, but they'll probably be what we use to film audio outside as well. I feel very weird having this right in my face. I feel like it would take a little bit to get used to, but also I don't know where to put it. If I put it like, no, that's quite far away, isn't it? So that probably doesn't sound too clear at all, does it? Also, Marnus up to his old tricks again, running people out, and then you have to sort out your technology, mate. I do. Technology is a tricky thing. I mean, I've got some fun technology. If you guys want to see a trick shot with me on a trampoline, jumping from a trampoline, knocking over some pins, if that's something you want to see. Look at this. Did you see that? That was legit. And Jay right, the audio is crisper in there as well. Or Jay's right, the audio is crisper for that one. Did you see that skill though? Eh? Oh, mate, getting some good ear on that one. Strike us up. And that the pins aren't big either. They were small ones. And it was windy. These are videos you film back when you think that you've like got some sort of little thing, a sign home shut for the circus. No, it didn't go well. And them fat suits are fun as there, as says Greg. Yeah, we got one that we involved in a video that probably can't go up on the channel. I'll rerun it. Okay. One more time. There you go. You have one more. So we have got there. This is that is amazing. Bring back the sumo suit, and Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. This is David the Mod. Yeah, we've still got a few more ads. So I think it's drinks break at the moment, and so that works out quite well for ourselves. Currently, I would say we're not too far away from the changeover. The time you stayed up in the air, I'll give him a call. We found an ex-Spider-Man in there, and surely an HIA. Here's blindside. Now, the next one that I tried got me an HIA. Well, I looked like I broke my leg, and also, did you need help getting up? Not really. You just got to kind of squeeze your belly enough, like normally what you need to do anyway, but like squeeze it enough to push it down, get all the air out of you, and then you're all good. So like when you're bloated, I guess. But yeah, it is just one that's like a little fan rather than a like full-on padded one overall. Whoa, that was good focus. I mean, I've got a lot more weird videos. I've got Isaac and George having a boxing match. One of them's wearing that and the other one's wearing giant inflatable boxing gloves, but that's a secret. And you can join Jackass with that clip. And how long ago was that? I think that was, I want to say about 6 years. I didn't look very old in that one. So this would have been back on the days of filming with an old iPad. I think I made my dad film or someone along those lines. And I'll say, can we see the other one, please? Which one are we talking? Is that the one that I look like I break my leg? I'm not sure where that one is, unfortunately. I know that it's on one of my hard drives, but I got like 9 terabytes of stuff, which is probably quite tricky to work out whereabouts it is located. But that was just an easy run out for Pakistan, really. Didn't cause too many troubles at all. Now, nicely played by Marnus, and also Marcus at the other end. They have lost a bit of weight, or a fair bit of weight, since that vid. Are we talking as in like because of my sumo suit, or is it just around my face? Because I did have a little bit of a chubbier face back in my day. Overall, it's kind of weird because I went through a patch of being relatively, I guess, square-faced, and now I get called skinny head, which is kind of a weird, I guess, double end of the spectrum type thing. And also show us another one of those videos. I feel like that's the thing. The 10,000 subscriber video I do want to do is reacting to old clips. It's just I got to get all the guys together so that we can all react to them, because I feel like that's the best way of doing it. And that's this is good. And there says Danny. What was not so good was Ben McDermott's run out there. He looked like he wasn't really handling the temperature too well, though, for himself. So it was probably only a matter of time. I'm trying to think of what other videos I've got. See, that's the thing. Because at the front, I've got my microphone and my camera plugged in, I can't do anything that's not on my actual computer, which is something I was talking about getting a multi-box so that I could do multiple USBs at once without having to, I guess, reshuffle them. But yeah, they don't behave at the moment. Now, charge and a nice bit of in-swing there for Pakistan. And I was like, fix the scoreboard. Is it it is misbehaving, isn't it? Misbehaving more than myself. Boom. There we go. I was like, I could get a Zor ball. That would be quite fun. I was like, who cares about them? I just push play. So there says David the Mod. So yeah, maybe I do just do it solo and then, like, that's the thing. There's enough to do it solo. Oh, no. Sebastian's back. Hey, Sebastian. I did a sumo trick shot. Pretty much. I'm going to have to show it again now, aren't I? Because Sebastian missed out on it. But yeah, pretty much I showed you an old clip of me doing some trick shots. We got one more ball, and then I'll show you at the end of the over, just because I am willing to embarrass myself one more time. Kiwi Boys Jackass can't wait. And there says Gareth, yeah. Back in the days of being crazy kids, not really that crazy, but I got some good height. It was weird. I almost pointed my toes like I was a gymnast. And then, you know how they say, like, you got to do the pencil? I was doing the pencil at sumo trick, what? And then see if you missed a meme opportunity. And then that is the end of the 34th over. I am willing to show you guys it one more time. Sebastian, I want a rating 1 out of 10 for this shot, right? How about that? Dave? I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just thinking, I've got a sumo suit and a mini trampoline. What could go wrong? Play it again. I'm not going to screenshot promise in there. I think we've had enough of that one. Overall, I'm looking forward. I need a drink, Sebastian. That's fair enough. That situation wasn't too bad though, was it? Like, those pins weren't very big. I feel like that's my best trick shot to date, other than another random one that I've got that I'm not showing you. But Stoinis at the moment, he's faced 3 deliveries, 0 runs. The run rate's actually dropped down to 6.18 here for the Australians. So not really going at the rate that they once were, I guess you could say. Nicely played once again, right in behind it. Looked like it's strike. It sure was. Actually, you should put that on your Tinder profile list of talents. I mean, it would be interesting to see if anyone goes for it. What are my other talents? I don't really have too many other ones that are normal. I can make fart noises with my hand, but that's probably not one to put on there. Well, that one was. Yeah, I can just do this. Sorry if that was very loud. So, Jay, that is classic. And there is us, is Danny Lewis. Currently 6 balls face now for Stoinis and still yet to get off the mark. Kush still now bowling once again. Stoinis hits that one with straight back, goes straight out to the fielder. No run. He's faced 7 balls now. This will be starting to play on Stoinis' mind a little bit. He doesn't like not scoring. And when he's not scoring, he's not having fun. Also, jack of all trades, master of FL, eh? Yep. About the best way of putting it. It's going to be another dot ball, and that will be the end of the over. Stoinis still on 0, and it is going to be 211 for 3 here. Oh, that was close. Mohammad Rizwani quite like that one overall. I feel like I am trying to work out if I do the second innings. My brain's telling me that it's going to be quite late. But then my other part of me is going, yeah, go on. Just do it anyway. But I don't know whether or not that is the best idea. I'll give you a solid 8 for that shot. Thank you. It was hard work. It was actually, the thing is, it was first time, which I know that everyone goes, oh, it was my first time doing it. But that actually was. And the other one that I tried, I did it about 6 times, didn't get it right. So, like, that one was more surprising that I get it. I also got a sumo fetish. Are you in the right place? And then says, wait, Gareth's changed his picture again. Have you changed again, Gareth? What have you changed to this time, Gareth? And would you like me to show that one as well? It's gone through. Labuschagne wants 2. And he is just going to get the 1 there. And also fashion style hoodies in there as well. Yeah. Always hoodies. I got a few more now overall, but I might start wearing more clothes at some stage. For now, these ones do the job, I guess. I've got a whole wardrobe of stuff that I got recently. I just haven't really used it. Stoinis, once again, it's it. Down the ground, that is his single now. He's off the mark. Therefore, Marcus Stoinis. And OMG, do that again. And there's what that is. That is Gareth, but just without the misses. Where did the misses go, Gareth? Are you on a rock? What is that above your head, Gareth? It looks like a Flintstones car. Which it wouldn't be. Is that a big quarry behind you, maybe? Not too sure. As I show us the wardrobe, mate. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing too special overall. It will just be occasionally I might wear something different in the future. You know, in a vlog or something, it might end up popping in every once in a while. I was only on Tuesdays. And there it says, Jay, best day to have a sumo fetish. We just ticked over to Wednesday, though. Sorry, Jay. Otherwise, would have done it. Oh, Stoinis is not picking the spin at this stage. He's looking like he's struggling a little bit here. The way that this ball is spinning, it's going both ways. And how does Jay have 21 subs? How did that happen? Pretty much, we gave him a little plug on the channel. We were like, everyone go check out Jay. And a lot of people did overall. So that was nicely done by Jay. I've never looked at your channel, Sebastian. Have you got any videos? You've got 1 subscriber. Would you like us to change that, Sebastian? And Tuesday here, says Danny. That's true. It's Tuesday somewhere. So get your sumo suits on. That's Sebastian's YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. We've pretty much plugged everyone else's. Check out one of the, I guess, most committed moderators that Kiwi Lads Enterprises has ever had. And his name is Sebastian Gramar, and his logo is bloody awesome. Still jealous of that logo. And also, he gave me 9 out of 10 for my shot. So, you know, I'll take it. Now, end of another over. The lights are starting to become into full effect. The fact that it's full effect of the lights almost, and we're still in the first session, makes me slightly concerned here. Nicely played once again by the Labuschagne, reaching out towards it. Going to be another dot. 71 balls since the last boundary. This game has turned around, and Pakistan have done brilliantly to be able to give themselves half a chance in this game. Down the track, nice shot there. I think get the one. I was thinking, Jace, link up, please. And that's my channel, ladies and gents. Full content, classy avatar. And now I can put up Jay's. I've got everyone still open at this stage. I want Jay to do a reaction to Ram Ranch lyrics and kind of explain in depth what they mean. I was at the Cove and Nathan, you can't see how high it is, but a beautiful place. And there says Gareth. So I guess that's the other side of it. Jay, why are you on a beach in your profile picture? What is being buried? I think that's you anyway, if I'm not wrong. I feel like I've never asked you guys about your profile pictures. It now seems like a perfect time to do it while it's like a quiet little group at 2 a.m. almost, you know? So what's the reasoning behind it? Danny, why do you have a D? My YouTube will be taken down if I do that. No, you might get lucky. You just got to say that it's not really appropriate for young viewers or for the eyes. Advancing there from Labuschagne. It's a straight to the fielder. No run. Taking that. And Jay going to start posting vids. Who knows? Maybe if we beg him enough. I was already subbed to Jay. And I was digging sand to make a sandcastle with my son. I see. Is your son in the picture? Because I can't really see him because for me, it just shows you, if that makes sense. So getting personal at 2 a.m. nice, and the game has slowed down. It is a crucial phase of the game the next couple of overs. It is, really, because it's been about 74, 76 balls since a boundary, which is why we've probably talked about more random stuff recently than we did for the whole start of the live stream, because it's not really doing anything, which is unfortunate. But I think Pakistan are slowly getting themselves back into this match, which is good to see. Going to be a close one, I would think, as well. As I know, I had to crop the full pic for it to fit on my YouTube. Do I have your permission? That's a shot from Labuschagne. Goes out for 4 runs. Do I have your permission to put it up on the screen, Jay, so that I can analyze it a bit closer? Because I can see that it is a beach. And I'm curious at what that thing up in the top corner is. If that is all right, of course. If you don't want me to, just say, nah, bugger off. And, yeah, it's all good. Now, Labuschagne doing a nice sweep shot there. 1 bounce 4. And the bowler not too happy with that one. But I like saying, go for it. Says Jay, right, we're going to analyse this one. What do we got? Okay, so Jay jokers something. I see a hand down the bottom or up there. So what are these logos? I guess are the big questions that I have got. That would have hurt, I would have thought. Big old tattoo there. And I also found David's playlist, Massa Tom Jones and Windsor Davies fan. And there is us, Sebastian. So I feel like it's just made it so that everyone now has their, I guess, YouTube channel linked. But who's going to be, actually, we need to have a bit of a sweepstake here. Well, not a sweepstake, but just a prediction. Okay? Gareth, David, Sebastian, Jay, Danny. Is that all that we've been promoting? Who's going to be the first one to post a video out of you guys on your channel? And what would it be if you did? I say, yes, they're very much so. And then also, I used to be a gamer on Facebook. And there were badges I used to wear, kind of like a team logo, you could say. What games did you play, Jay? Do let me know. That's the thing. I've never been great at games. I've just been kind of not terrible, so that people don't completely just call me terrible at games, if that makes sense. Like, I'm all right, but I'm not great. And I was like, how much you going to get a tattoo? Don't know. I think I'm too much of a wimp. I couldn't get one the size of that one on Jay's arm, that's for sure. I mean, I've got some temporary tattoos, but I don't think I'll be putting on any of those either at this stage. I don't know where I put one either. I wouldn't know what to get, so I feel like it would just be like me, like putting a random mark and then going, was that a good idea? And War Commander, it was called. And then he says, Jay, right, you might be slightly disappointed in me, but I'm going to have to look up what that game is. Was it like Xbox War Commander game? War Paradise, that's not it. Star Trek Warpath Commander. That's the take. And that's the Wicket of Manus. He's gone now. Oh, no, I found it now. Geez, that looks intense. Release date 13th of September. I was get Kiwi Lads logo has to show commitment to the brand, says Danny. Could be a lot. Could be a go. And I played it on Facebook, says Jay. And also we've got there, get Kiwi Lads. Oh, no, sorry, I read that one. Tattoos are addictive in there as well. It's a weird one, isn't it? Because people are like, that hurt, but I'll go back and do it again because it was not too bad. Or it's a weird, how would you describe it, Jay? Overall, so like you get a tattoo, it hurts a lot, and then you go, I'll do it again. Why do you do it again? Is it just because of like paint, or like it's like painting, isn't it, kind of? I've never seen it on an actual console. And also I just imagine a disastrous situation letting George tattoo. Oh, hell no. That would not be a good idea. He would end up drawing a massive schlong right on my arm, and like we wouldn't even like, he'd probably draw like a nice picture of like TKO or something. So I'll be like, yep, you can do it. Like that would be with the pen. And then afterwards he'd just go ball, shaft, and then I'd be screwed. Like, and it would just be literally a massive schlong on my arm till I get it removed. I was like, Ed Drog, 100%. Yes, he bloody would too. Currently now 224 for 4 here. For Australia, they're starting to struggle a little bit here. It just hasn't quite continued that momentum that they once had here for the Australians. Marcus Big Stoin is going to be on strike, sitting on 3 of 16 deliveries. Oh! Stoinis is gone. And also, it's more like a sunburn. It only hurts a little when you tattoo over the bone that's close to the skin surface. See, even the thought of that makes me like kind of not cringe, but just ugh. It's like, even if I like scratch a trailer or something that's got a little bit of rust, like even thinking about it, I'm like, not my thing. Around friendships last a lifetime. George sharing his friendship to you. What, in the form of a penis? I feel like there are better ways of doing so. And I give an evil smile before he starts as well. Yeah. Ball is close to the bat. Stoinis might be on his way here as well. I just thought of another video that I've got from the old days of George, but I won't show it because it's on the other hard drive. But it's in with a pull cue. Okay, that's no bet involved. Now, for me, Rizwan should have stumped him as well. What time you sleep? It's night. Says, you're going to have, so I will probably end up going to bed. I'm going to make a not strategic, but I'm going to make an executive decision to just do Australia's batting, purely because if I don't, it's going to be about 7 a.m. by the time Pakistan finish their batting, or 6:30 or so. And with that, I believe George wants to come around tomorrow morning. I was like, Paul Q, oh God, the possibilities. And then also we have got the George could be a surprisingly good drawer. No, unfortunately, drawing's not a strong suit. Isaac's probably the more or the best drawer out of anyone. He's done all the Kiwi Lads like logos, emojis, and everything like that. And also a very talented musician. Maybe I'll play you guys one of his songs one day. Could have it in the background of a video. I actually have in the past. I think we had him in the background of one of the Springboks versus All Blacks videos. And we did end up adding it in. A couple of wicket Australian trouble to 300, says Yaganaf, exactly right. I was man out. He did indeed get dismissed. 25 of 35. I have a tattoo around my neck. Didn't really hurt, to be honest. Is that because, like, I guess for your neck, you've only got that? Did it, like, isn't at the front as well? That probably would have been the most painful part, was it? Actually, no, never mind. I take that back. Probably at the back and the front. And then on the sides, did it hurt? No, it didn't hurt. It's just, see, I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle a tattoo. Like, I know it's completely different, but temporary tattoos I get itchy from, which I know isn't the case for the real tattoos, but yeah, I got quite sensitive skin at times. Like I can't lie down on grass without getting like spots. Catching, no, it's not going to the man on the full, taken nicely a deep mid wicket by Harris Ralph, and also front. There's no Rugrats or regrets, I think that is for Gareth. Yeah. Also, if you want to get a tattoo, get it on your arm. It's the least painful area. And there's Sebastian. You see my wrists? They aren't very thick. Geez, they look very thin there. Where is all my like fat on my wrist gone? I used to have quite a bit. I used to have quite chubby wrists, but now I feel like it's all gone to my stomach because I'm getting older. That was a great Kiwi Lads intro video with your friends playing music. It would be kind of cool. Might have to run it by them so we can get something going. Or even if it's not an intro, maybe an outro at the end of the video, similar to what we did on the Kiwi Lads podcast back in the day, which was just me, George, Daniel, and Isaac every once in a while. Well, I don't think we ever got Daniel on it. Not forearm or wrist, ass up there in the place where also there is nothing for me. So tats do hurt when your drunk mates don't know what they're doing and or have the needles going in a centimetre, says Aussie Mozzie. And also, haven't anything profound enough to put on my skin yet, says Gareth. See, I feel like I'd probably end up just doing something like either, like someone said, the Kiwi Lads logo or like a rugby ball, but I don't think I would. Like, I mean, I can just get a mug. Like, and that's nothing against people with tattoos. It's just I don't know how I would go getting one because I just wouldn't know what to get and probably like choose differently straight away. And how old is Isaac? He is actually 23, turned 23 a week from yesterday. So he's on the 22nd of March. He turned to 23. Then George on the 29th, which was just yesterday. But yeah, all the same age at some point of the year up till March, and then they ruin it because they are a bit older. Currently now, Australia in a bit of a stagnant position here. Reverse sweep, Alex Carey straight through him. It was the big full toss, and it's another wicket for Pakistan. Hello, here we go. They're going for it now. And Alex Carey is going to be dismissed 4 off 4, gets a big full toss. Wasn't expecting that one for the reverse sweep. And that is going to be now 5 down for the Australians. This is changing big time from being 78% likely to win it down now to 58. And that, I believe, is with that wicket falling of Alex Carey. Surely there is a tattoo parlour in Waimate. There is not. I think you've got to go half an hour north or half an hour south to be able to get one. Water's great, isn't it? When you think about, like, you guys ever get to a stage, it's like 4 a.m. and you've slept, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm thirsty. Interesting sentence. But, you know, you get up and you have a drink of water and you literally scull a whole glass and you're like, this stuff is beautiful. Like, this stuff's incredible. You ever get that? I had that the other night, how I had slept for like, I think it was 6 hours. I got up, had a drink of water, then slept for another 14. And I was like, this stuff's kept me going. I was like, going to Google, I mean, be right back. And then it says Gareth there. I was like, we've got the second act of this match goes to Pakistan. And there says Abdullah. Yeah, they're looking pretty good at the moment. Cameron Green, 2 matches, 21 runs for his ODI career. Not exactly a huge number, but not exactly too bad either. I mean, you probably won't even be able to find too much information on us for like the small town. It's literally like there's no one. Well, there's some people, like 3,500 population, something like that. But that was a brilliant use of the Yorker. And the worst thing is the ball hit the stumps, bounced back and donked Alex Carey on the head as if to say, you silly boy, you shouldn't have played that. And curing your throat is one of life's small victories. It is. As I thought you would be a glass of milk person, says Danny. Nah, not in the middle of the night. I'm more of a have some water. Like sometimes I get some water out of the fridge though, Get some water out of the fridge, mix it with some tap water so that it's a kind of, you don't want it too cold or else then you just feel like you're drinking ice. That man's been picked up by his friends and they were loving it. And then if it's too warm out of the tap, it's just not right either. So you got to get that little bit of tap water to other water. And when you wake up at 2 a.m. and it's still 37 degrees, cold water is king. Yeah, see, this is when it's sitting at like 10 degrees here. So 37 degrees would suck. You should get one of those like water dispensers, Jay, that I was talking about. Tap water over town water. And there's our says look for that one. Yeah, you should get one of those like little dispensers that you just put next to your bed. And then like in the morning, if you're half asleep, you just go and tip it on your head and then you're wide awake. Easy. Probably not. That would probably make you very wet very quickly in your bed, which would not be ideal. Stoinis at the moment sitting on 6 off 20. Such a strong start from Travis Ed. McDermott doing pretty nicely as well. And then it's just kind of gone downhill, unfortunately for them. I've got Abbott, Ellis, Zampa, and Swepson left, and they've got 10 hours, in fact, 10 overs to work here for the Australians. The final phase of the 50-over game. The lights are actually well and truly in attendance or in effect here. Right, they got 48 minutes left, which would take us through to 2:40 a.m. So I think we will do Australia's session, and then we might end up going to bed after that. Just because or else then I will be completely buggered if George decides he wants to come around at 9 a.m., which there's a possibility he does so. It's going to be a nice shot down the ground once again from Stoinis. My pocket is very ripped at the moment. I'm trying to rip it in. It's not quite working. He'd only player with above 100 strike rate. And also not sure if this is an easy or hard batting surface. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's kind of, he made it look so simple during the power play, but after that, it kind of went downhill for the Australians. So I think Pakistan will know that they need a great start. And you know, it's hot in Australia when hot summer comes out of the cold tap during summer. Or when hot water comes out of the tap during summer. Yeah, that would suck. And did you know, Hamish, from about now to 3 a.m., is at its thickest. It's the time people who are gravely ill or people who are gravely ill pass away. Huh. Well, that's a fun stat. I thought you were going to start that off with the air being its thickest. I thought you were going to say it's the best time to go for a run because it's like the hardest work on the lungs, which then increase fitness. But it didn't quite go that way. It kind of went with a curve around the road a little bit. That one, I did not know that. So from now to 3 a.m. So is it 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. or is it 1 a.m. to 3 a.m.? Sinus using his feet there. No run taken. In fact, that was Cameron Green. And do you believe in ghosts? I'm on the fence overall, just like everything in life, really. Whether it's a rugby team, which one I support or anything like that. I'm just pretty much, I guess if I saw it and there was enough compelling evidence, because CGI nowadays is that impressive. You can literally do anything. And it's just more of the case of like how well made someone can make it type thing. So it depends. I know that George is very keen on doing some sort of like Kiwi lads go to a haunted house for the night, which will be interesting to say the least. We tried going to a park once in the pitch black and it just sucked. Not just because it was dark. It's 735 now. Or that might be 7:35 in fact now. I'll say, well, we all know what time it is at 3 a.m. And there as well. Is 3 a.m. the one that was like the clickbait time ages ago, wasn't it? If I'm not wrong, on YouTube. Sinali now. I shot him on that ball for Stoinis. No run taken, though. Unable to sneak it through. Currently 41 overs down for the Australians. Moyes gear. I don't know what that is, but I think it's the ginger one. Surely bad light doesn't stop play later on in the day, though, because we've still got theoretically, another 3.5 hours and Kiwi lads going to haunted houses. And there, as I says, Denny, that wouldn't be a good idea. It would probably end badly. Short ball, Stoinis gets onto it, but not the most hardest hit around. Oh, Misfield there from Maris Ralph. I don't think they got through for a second. No, they didn't. Just a single there. From there as well. Currently now 236 for 5 here. I don't think it's anywhere near as many as we predicted, was it? We were saying like 340, 350, 400 was mentioned at one point. I'm going to plug in my iPad because it's on 1%, which is quite high. And there must be heaps in the area. Not really, no. It's probably another one that you got to go half an hour up or down the road. It is a day/night match. And there as well. That's nicely done by Steiners. They get through for the single. And there as well. Yeah, so I guess if it is going to be a nighttime game, they've got to make sure that it does, or it is played at a ground that can handle it being very dark. And that's the Devil's Hour when the spirits of the unsettled become restless. Well, there you go. Cheers to that. This water's quite warm overall, sadly. Not really excited. Once again, just drifting a little bit. He's going to have to bowl that one again. They have said it was just a little bit wide, but Australia going a little bit lower, and so I'll just go to your local graveyard and that as well. I mean, we could. I think we've been there in the past, and it was actually less scary than the park because the park was just messed up overall because it was pretty much like in the middle of a forest that the park was, like in a not recreational reserve, but like kind of like an area of just like open space and then over trees. I was like, no, scaring you, Hamish. And there as well says David, nah, I get jump scared by my microphone. So, you know, I'm a bit of a jumpy boy overall. 3 Halloweens ago, I bought some games on Xbox that I was going to play for Halloween. Haven't played them yet. And some of them aren't that bad. I got Outlast. I know that one's a bit of a rough one. So maybe me and George play that in a dark room at night time, see how we go. Although the neighbours will think that someone's probably getting murdered. So, yeah, maybe a horror game might be something that we play in the future. I can't, I get jump scared so easily, though. Like, the cat goes, and I jump. And I was like, I hope that's holy water, Hamish. Yeah, as I says, David the mod. Yeah, very warm. That were holy water's probably not very warm overall. I mean, I've got some Fanta next to me, but it's just unfortunately empty. It's a nice shot there from Marcus Steiners. Boundary for that man. It's a nice shot. I'm not too happy with that one. Currently, Australia to win this one's 53%. They were 72 at one point, so certainly kind of changed a lot in that short amount of time. Work to the leg side though, and I'm not too happy with that one. And my mate sent me an interesting statistic, which has made the top 10 for the most alcoholic countries in the world. Proud. Go the Romanians. Is that a good thing? Is that from the Football World Cup, like not making it through? Do you think? Or is that like not so recent? Or what happens? Or what makes warm and hot water taste better? Peppermint in there? I haven't actually tried it. I know that people like lemon and honey and whatnot in their hot water. Steiners is usually on fire. He is. And he's just been very slow so far. I don't think he likes spin, to be honest. Okay, Rob Key has just pretty much said what I said. He said Steiners is normally a poor starter up against spin, but then once he gets going, he really gets going. How many beers did George go through? He could probably go through a few. I haven't really seen him drink too many beers per se. He normally is more of a Woodstock boy, like kind of slightly stronger stuff. We got another video, but I can't show you that one because it's probably copyright. And there's, I'll post it on Discord as well, says Sebastian. I do see that one there. What we got, yeah. Litres a year. That surprises me a little bit. Ireland, I thought, would have been somewhere there. Spain, I didn't realise were such drinkers. Moldova and Latvia, I have no idea what they do there. So that's per person of the population. That's how much they consume, isn't it? Sebastian, would you say you're more than 12.34 litres a year? Do you think you'd be able to get through that? Unlikely. I see we have got there George in there as well with his cheers. So he did enjoy the birthday messages. I think he messaged me about it earlier on. And Don't Sleep Star IPL commentary says, Jagannath, I mean, it's a risky one because I know that George might be coming around early morning tomorrow, which will mean that I will be running on 0 hours sleep. And Dave Worston, UK, from your experience. And there, New Zealand has a terrible drinking culture too. Binge drinking is popular here. 13 litres. Geez, sometimes I drink that in 2 weeks. No wonder my liver is rooted. And there, says Jay, that little bit of hair is really starting to annoy me. And I'm trying to hide it, but it keeps on popping down. I need a haircut. You guys, I realize have never really seen my hair actually as hair other than on one live stream that I did for the top 14 ages ago where I slept through it. But other than that, you guys just see it like this and then the occasional sideways little glimpse. And very, very similar. And there says Dove the Mod. Currently now, Australia, at their current run rate, they're going to get themselves 290. If they get up to 7 and over from here on out, the last 7 overs, they'll get 298. And then if they get 13 from here, they are getting 340. There's a lot of cars on that road. And Pakistan, no run taken there. As I mean, your average Romanian probably 13 litres. So that would be of alcohol, as in not actually like a beer. Like a beer, how many litres or milliliters? You'd probably say it's only like, 10 milliliters or something of alcohol, like 4% or whatever it is. So was that the alcohol or actually the whole bottle? Because I feel like you could get strategic and just drink beers or something, and then it would seem like a lot more. Although I don't think people who are drinking a hype of alcohol are thinking of it that way. Also, if you don't include lager, though, and there says Sebastian. Currently, Hassan Ali. He's only bowled 6.2 overs, but he's gone for 42. Yeah, only spirits. And there as well, says Sebastian. Jeez, it's a lot. I probably drink, how much is in a can of Fanta? I was in a patch at one point. Now I was probably drinking like 3 litres of Fanta a week, something like that. Although I'm getting into the stage of deciding probably should start exercising a bit, seeing as I do sit here for like 14 hours or 16 hours a day and night. It might not be a bad thing to get the limbs moving again, see how I go. Probably end up pulling something and we'll be on this chair for a lot longer, but, at least I tried. Green currently sitting there 11 off 14. He's still tall from the test series. He hasn't lost that height. Gets himself the single. They're asking the question, when do you start going for it here if you're Australia? Because there's plenty of opportunity. You've still got 5 wickets. Oh, we've got ourselves the sensitive teeth moment. I wonder if you actually get to choose what drink you want for those sensitive moments, or whether they just give you a random one. Hamish isn't a drinker. Here's the sober driver. Oh, that hit the stumps there for Steiners. It hit the stumps. It didn't fall off. And pulling something on this chair, I'll let that sink in. Yeah, didn't quite come out right, did it? As I personally don't have a problem with alcohol. The problem is people. And there's Dove the Mod there. Yeah, people are annoying, aren't they? Hassan Ali. Seeing whether or not you could get away with just tapping that one on the stumps. I see a part. It wasn't out, though. Yawning's fun. In a weird way. Yawning's the weirdest thing, though. And also, Hamish, who wins from here? This stage, I think it's still pretty 50-50 at the end of this first innings, unless Australia really speed it up and get themselves towards that 290, 300 mark. I think that Pakistan have got the potential of being able to chase it down, to be honest. It's going to be hit down the ground, and they do get the single once again for Stoinis. So he's sitting on 13 of 32, Cameron Green 12 of 15, and no one's really been able to accelerate in the last little while. Trevor said he did so well to start this match. It's lucky he did, whereas Australia would have been fighting for probably 250, 270 by the end of this one. Currently 6 overs left here, 36 balls. I feel like I've had more zoned out moments the last little while, like just looking at the screen. Also, I don't like people either. The more I meet, the more I prefer my cat, and my cat is an asshole sometimes. There says Jay, and also Australia is 10.36 litres a year, apparently. And then says Sebastian, and also we've got that Denny, I'm your first sub. Says David Lamar. There you go. Denny's also feeling some love in here from the chat. How many does Seb get up to in the end? He's sitting on 3 last time I saw it. He's sitting on 4 now, Seb. Congratulations. Gareth is now sitting on 4 also. Paddy Wagon is sitting on 8. So he's gone up about 3. Shannon's sitting on 3 more, so he's gone up. And Jay is sitting on 21, so he has also gone up. So everyone's had a success. Have we gone up? Probably not. Maybe. Did we go up? Maybe we went up 1. So 1 or 2, which is still pretty good. Yeah. Sharon, the love, and that's in the air. It's gone over the top. And there. Also, Jay said same. There is our MMO Hark just not quite able to line that one up for himself, unfortunately. South Africa, it is currently 3:08 a.m. No, sorry, 3:08 p.m., won't it be? It's got it, MMO Hark. It went straight through his fingers. Just wasn't able to take it. Use the feet there from Cam Green. Once again, going to get himself the single. Like they say, Stoinis, he might not be too far away from going for maybe a big shot here very soon. Going to be Kushdell now bowling, giving himself some space. Nice cut shot, I should say. It's gone away for deep cover, and it is just the single. Kushdell, he's really not allowing Stoinis or Green to free their arm. And also we've got there, New Zealand is 10.69 and Russia is 10.5. We've outjunked the Russians as well, Romania. And there it says for Romania and New Zealand. And there as well. Nice. Done well. And also, Hamish, what's your plan today? So the plan, that was very weird. My voice kind of turned posh, but I didn't want it to. The plan today, I believe, is going to be wake up hopefully at a decent-ish hour. Before I go to bed tonight, I'll probably end up doing a little bit of a script for something else that I'm working on currently. So maybe about an hour or so worth of that while I do lie in bed and do a bit of whatnot. And then after that, I'll go to bed, wake up hopefully at about 12 tomorrow. So that if George, that's a 6 runs there from Marcus Stoinis, and that's going to be another KFC scholarship. Yeah, I'll probably end up waking up at around lunchtime tomorrow, getting ready to do a lineup video, waiting to see if George is coming around. And if he does come around, then we will film our video that we have got planned out, that we will have to get a few supplies for. But other than that, we're all good to go. We've got the main vessel that we need, although that's not surprising. There it says David the Mob at 75 metres there for Marcus Stoinis, getting the timing quite nicely there. And outs them out at the end of the over. 45 overs down, 263 for 5 now. But yeah, so it's not going to be the most hectic day, but if George comes around, it probably will be. And also, if I probably want to get what I need to work on finished tomorrow so that once it gets to the weekend, I don't need to work on it as well. Oh, which is something unrelated to our channel, but it's for something else. I feel like that was very vague, wasn't it? Okay, now Cameron Green sitting there, 14 runs off 17 deliveries. Also, Qatar is only 1.51, possibly around 10 after the World Cup. Oh, that's a big shot from Cam Green. going to be another KFC scholarship. That one's almost gone out of the ground. No, not really. That's a massive ground out that way. Irish busy nonetheless. And there, as I says, David, yeah, there's plenty to do, even if it's like not that list that I mentioned. I still got thumbnails to do for the weekend, everything getting set up schedule-wise, and then also some editing that I would like to get finished before too long. A big shot, 80 metres there for Cam Green, and that is 2 sixes and 2 overs now. Now currently Australia, 269, 2 sixes in a row. So no streaming tomorrow. Then, one moment, I'll have to have a look here. One moment. What's the date? 30th. So the 30th, if we wanted to, never mind, that's not that. I think we've got, wait up, I'm going to have to check the other schedule. I got 2 schedules. That one is the old schedule. The next one is the new schedule that was taken more recently. Also, that Muslim drinking alcohol is forbidden. There's David the mod. That one. But now, we'll have a look at this one. What's today or what's tomorrow? 30th of March. We could do maybe Brisbane Roar versus Wellington Phoenix at 9:05. Tomorrow, possibly, if we do want to do a bit of A-League. That would be on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel if we did end up covering that game. Because that's been moved forward a little bit, I think, as well. So that could be, that's probably the only one that we're looking at as a possibility tomorrow, and that depends on, I guess, what time I'm sleeping and whatnot. I know, which is why they need the Christian to help pump the stats. And there is our Sebastian there. Currently Cameron Green sitting on 21 off 19 deliveries here for himself, and Stoinis sitting on 24 off 38. Still not that quick for Stoinis, but he's slowly starting to ramp it up a little bit more. Cameron Green's doing some nice work with the bat, though, keeping this one ticking over for the strike rate. The current run rate, they will be getting 299, which would set the total for Pakistan to get 300 to be able to move on and get themselves the win in that one. So I guess question for you guys, do you watch the A-League? It used to be the Hyundai A-League. I think it's the Isuzu Ute A-League or something now, I think they've called it, but I'll probably just put it as A-League because I have no idea who the sponsors are. All right, yeah, they're Christian servants as well, and the Irish, though, bloody impressive. They work hard. The Irish, right, they just go for the single, and it's a good over there for Australia. They were able to get themselves, I believe it was actually 12 off that over, and well, most of the Qatar population aren't Muslim. And there's us, says Abdullah there. Currently 46 overs in. Australia, if they get 25 from their last 4 overs, so pretty much one run a ball, that will get them up to the 300 mark. Anything under 305, 310 probably from here with 5 wickets in hand, Australia would be relatively disappointed with. Harris Ralphie's bowled 6 overs. He'll get 2 overs here at the end. It's really got dark in a hurry by the looks of it. I have Premier League, so no, don't watch A-League any good. It seems to get mixed impressions. Some people like it. I enjoy it just because it is Australian and Kiwis in those ones, although most of the Kiwis are currently away on international duty, so probably don't get to see as many of them there as we normally would. It's all right. All right, it's probably not the most popular one around the world by any means. A few good ex-players around. Daniel Sturridge, he's playing there for Perth Glory, I believe, at the moment. Out to Zahid, and that will be the single there. And now Cameron Green will have a strike. Okay, so they said if you got any fancy bat taps that you do want to do off your bat, you can do them and see if you can get yourself a ticket to the T20. what they were saying there. It's probably a bit late to travel over there for a T20. That's a nice shot from Stoinis. Is going down for just a single. By the way, New Zealand will face Costa Rica for the World Cup spot. Are we sure, or we know for sure now? So just imagine, wait, did they already play the Solomon Islands? Or are you guaranteeing that they will beat the Solomon Islands there? Because I know that their game was coming up. I can't remember if it was last night or the night before. Okay, Solomon Islands play New Zealand in... When's that? That's Thursday morning that they play the Solomon Islands. So I assume if they beat the Solomon Islands, then they play Costa Rica. Is that how it goes? As long as they win against Solomon Islands, which I'd like to think that they would, but it's always hard to tell. They actually only played one game, Solomon Islands, in their Group 1. So I don't know whether or not there were cancellations. Cook Islands and Vanuatu had to pull out. That's straight through him, and Stoinis is gone. And Harris Ralph picks up the wicket of Marcus Stoinis. And also, of course, when the Oceania finals come on. And also, hey, you guys have a golf course? We do indeed. So we have filmed one video from there before. I'd like to think we'd win, but it's always hard to tell. Football's an unpredictable sport at times. Yeah, hopefully we would get the job done. Stoinis, he has been dismissed now. He won't be too happy with that one. 26 off 42 now. I'm at 26 off 42. There we go. So Australia, that's another wicket that they didn't really want to lose, I wouldn't have thought. But now Cam Green is out at the middle, and that is alongside Sean Abbott. He can hit a long ball when it does get going, as Wallabies an obstacle on the course. It is not. Normally, you don't see too many Wallabies around. You get to see a couple hares or rabbits every once in a while, I think. They play the winner of the other group, and they meet Costa Rica in there. Costa Rica's a hard team, though, aren't they? Or kind of, would you call them above New Zealand's standard, Sebastian? Because I think it's a home game for Costa Rica, or it's a home game for the CONCACAF side, I think, if I'm not wrong. Also, I have a Scottish Lodge. I can't find a trace of it after 2014. Apparently, in Leonard Street, temporarily have a Scottish Lodge in Leonard Street. Where's Leonard Street? Leonard Street. I can't think of where that is. Scottish Lodge. Can't think of it, to be honest. And also, Wallabies aren't usually an obstacle of a rugby field either. And they're on the rugby field either. And also, we have got there, it will be played in Qatar, neutral ground. They are a pretty tough team. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we get lucky and make our way through. But Pakistan, their supporters, we're well and truly hyped up for that last wicket. Harris Ralph pitches it up quite nicely. It's a very good over from Harris Ralph, and that will close it out. And there's going to be 47 overs down now, 278 for 6 there for the Aussies. Right, he's got one more over left, and now they need two other guys or one other guy who can really step up for them in the later stages of this one. But Travis Head, he got 101 off 72. It started so well for Australia, but now only 52% chance that they do go on to win this game. And looking at that top order, Babar Azam, Fakhar Zaman, Imam Al-Haq, and also Muhammad Rizwan, those guys are going to be able to get some runs in a hurry if they do get going, similar to what we saw from Travis Head, although I would feel that the other guy will be a little bit more aggressive than Aaron Finch was. He was probably a little bit too quiet for himself in the last little while, or in the early stages of the match anyway. But the next game between these two sides, I believe, is going to be on the Thursday night. We'll have to wait and see whether or not we do cover that at the random hour of the morning that it will be. Hopefully, we will be able to do some of that match at least. And now the projected score is at 296. Nicely played once again. And it looks like they might just go for the one. It looked like Abbott almost wanted it. I like Chris Wood and Ben Wayne in the attack. As I said, Sebastian there, and if you accidentally run over a Kiwi, do you get arrested in New Zealand since it's the national animal? Normally, you don't really see too many Kiwis on the road overall, because they normally have them protected with like DOC, which is a Department of Conservation. So normally they're not really left roaming around just because other animals will attack them anyway. I think Leonard Street turns into Rugby Street. It goes to the Waimeti Football Club, says Gareth. We got a Scottish Lodge there, did you say? We got a St. Pat's School, but I don't think that would be the Scottish Lodge that I know of. It's like the Christian school, I think. Scottish Lodge. I don't think I've ever seen a Scottish Lodge. Can't think of it. Overall. All giving himself a little bit of space there. Canberra looks like they want to run hard. Sean Abbott looks like he will be comfortably through for the two. Great run in between the wickets. The two bowlers linking up quite nicely. One more wicket. And there's Cesar Ahmad. Yeah, one more would be huge for them. Definitely if it's the wicket of Cam Green, then you're into the tail well and truly. Okay, I was just listening to Rob Key once again. And also time for you to stroll around the streets of Waimeti. Yeah, see, I'm probably on more of the other side of town from Leonard Street region. I can't think of anywhere Scottish. I know that there's a Scottish lady who lives on like the end of the main street, but I don't think it's her that I know of. Cameron Green, he's a big boy like this Sean. But now Abbott, he can hit a long ball and brush up on the geography. Oh, he tried to hit it hard. I think there was maybe a little edge from Sean Abbott there. Just misses for Wazim Jr., who's also bowled pretty well. He's gone for 39 runs off 6.3 overs, but one of those first overs that he did bowl was quite expensive. I think he went for 12 off one of them. Very lucky to not hit the stumps. That one, if you ask Sean Abbott. Nicely fielded there behind the stumps from Muhammad Rizwan. Oh, the tongue is well and truly out for Wazim. He's loving it. He hasn't got a wicket yet, though. Don't think there's one too far away from him, though. Oh, that was a middle stump one over the top. Abbott lofts it, and it is going to be 4 runs for Sean Abbott. For a second there, I thought that was going to be the wicket pretty much right on demand, but Abbott gets enough loft on it over the top of the fielder. He stepped way across to the offside, just let that ball drift onto the bat face and paddles it straight over the top of the man. A short, fine leg, and it did become the 4 runs. And crucial runs here for Australia as well. They need something around that 300 mark if they want to be competitive with Australia or with Pakistan. Hopefully this updates. There we go. It is updating itself. We've only got another 13 balls left here. Oh, that was close. Abbott hitting it onto his own stunts, but he hits it into his pad instead. Does get the single to close out the over. It was a relatively expensive one. Not too bad in the end from Wazim Jr. And it will be 288 for 6 now. So now if they get a runner ball off these last 2 overs, they get the 300 mark. And you'd have to argue it should almost be enough, but it's also very hard to tell. Might be close. I'm just looking through at that bowling attack. Adam Zampa, Nathan Ellis, Mitch Swepson, and then you've also got Cam Green, Sean Abbott. I think they are your 5 bowlers, and if you really need them, you got Marnus there as the part-time leggy, Travis Head as the part-time off-spinner, and then maybe a little bit of Marcus Stoinis if you do need some more medium pace. Although I think with the side strain recently, Marcus Stoinis probably won't be bowling too often throughout this series. And also we've got Australia will win, says Lottie, and also Australia doing okay. Yeah, ticking over quite nicely. 300 will be minimum that they want. There's a shot from Abbott, a little bit of a half shot. And it doesn't end up carrying all the way. And they do end up going back for the 2 runs. Nice running between the wickets for Abbott. He's quick. And he had a winning innings for the Sydney Sixers in the BBL recently. And wait, what are you thinking when I say Scottish Lodge? And there, I'm just trying to think of like a building that has like Scottish, like something. But I can't think of any Scottish things. Or is it like the design of the Scottish? Like, is it just like a Scottish design? And hello, says Jamshed. And then hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Welcome in. Did you say Zampa? I did indeed. So they've got Zampa and they also have Swepson in there. That's going to be 4 runs for Abbott. He stepped away to leg. The bowler followed him. And I mean, Abbott at the end of the day gets himself a few more runs on the board, which now moves him up to 13 off 7 crucial runs. And now they're only actually 6 away from being able to tick themselves over to the 300 mark. Sean Abbott will take those every day of the week. Extra runs, swats it over the top of Muhammad Rizwan. And yes, Adam Zampa is there. Sebastian, he certainly is, and will be one to watch out for in this matchup with the ball in hand. I feel like he, for me, could be one of the keys. Great Yorker there from Harris Ralph hits it down the ground, and they will just take the 1 there. And don't quite get through for the 2. And also, which team is better? Says Ahmad. It's a tricky one. I would say Australia had the better start, but then after that, that's the thing. Pakistan's batting lineup is sensational as well, with Babar Azam, Faghar Zaman, Imam al-Haq, and then also Muhammad Rizwan. Those guys are the ones to watch out for Pakistan. They have the potential to chase down 300 all by themselves if they do get well set. 2 spinners should have left Swepson out. Let's give Agar a run. And also, who do you want to win? And yeah, I'd say I don't really have a favourite of who I want to win. It's more of the case of I want whoever plays the better cricket to win. Because Australia, you got to feel for Travis Head if they end up losing. But then saying that, Pakistan, some of their bowlers have fought extremely well. And then they're going to have those top order batsmen who are really going to try and tune this game around. Australia let themselves down a bit. 300 feels par. There says Gareth, that's a short ball. Cameron Green tries that down onto the leg side, just gets a single for it. And now less than 10 balls left in this innings. In fact, we're down now to only having a total of 8 left in this one. But we will just be covering the first session of this ODI. I've decided if George is going to show up nice and early in the morning, I should probably try getting some sleep beforehand. Or else then if we do end up filming, I will look half asleep. Also, 300 is an amazing target or total in ODI as they succeeded with the bat. And there is Seth Sebastian. Currently now, the projected score gives him 306. Short ball bowling. Harris Ralph gets Abbott. And he is fired up. And now Harris Ralph is really reaping the rewards of getting these last-minute batsmen. Sean Abbott, he's going to be dismissed. He got 14 runs of a total of actually only 9 deliveries. So we'll go like that. And I accidentally put Abbott all in caps. We'll change that a little bit. Sean Abbott goes through him. And also, George, is your alarm clock? Not really at this stage. It's just more of the case of I know that he was talking about it, how if he's available early, he was like, if I'm going to be free off work, try to be up a little bit early so that we can film. I was like, jump on you while you sleep. Nah. He knocked on my window once, him and Daniel, when I was asleep during the day, which was a surprise because I was like, that's a weird noise coming from my window. But yeah, it was them. And we just sat outside while they were having their lunch while waiting to go back to work. And also, guess I will only know once Pakistan bat. And there's us, there's Gareth for that one. I was like, it all depends on how they bowl now. And also 360 is Ali for his prediction of it. Currently 7 down here for Australia, something that we didn't really think we would see in the early stages. It's looking like it's just kind of gone wrong. Oopsies, I just clicked on the Gallagher Premiership thing. That was an accident. I'm going to go back because a man has his YouTube channel on his shirt, and I want to see what his YouTube channel is. Timmy X4. That'll be the tester. Timmy X4. Oh, his YouTube channel has 59 subscribers, 11 videos, one of which being cricket in Karachi. There you go. I mean, if you're going to make a plug while you're at the ground, you might as well make a good one. That was very nicely done, though, by Harris Ralph to be able to bowl his opposition, and now only one more over left in this one. Now Harris Ralph, as his job is done for the day, being able to pick himself up 2 for 44 off his 8 overs. Now it will be Wazim Jr. Does want to try and clean up the tail or just keep them restricted without letting them score too many more runs. I'm trying to work out what they are chanting. I want to say it's Wazim, but it might not be. It might just be Pakistan. Last over, Cameron Green on strike. Steps to the leg side. He actually got a little bit of bat on that one. No, he didn't. It's going to be called as White Siddharth. As said, hey, Michelle, welcome in. Delighted, hope you are doing well, mate. Currently now we are at the last over of Australia's innings. We are going to be calling it a night after this one just because it is currently sitting 2:30 a.m. here in New Zealand. And I believe I've got an early morning start with some filming to do tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll end up watching probably some more of this from my bed, but then after that, we'll be crashing midway through their second innings, I would think. But now, Cameron Green hits it down the ground. They want just a single. They're not going to get through for the 2. And now Nathan Ellis, he's sitting on 2 runs off 1 delivery at this point in time. But the 300 is there for Australia. Nicely done to be able to get towards it here. But 300, they'll be happy enough with that. But they would have felt at times that they could have gotten maybe a few more at times. But the run rate is going to be so important for Australia to really try and restrict Pakistan. There's one about 5 balls left now. Nathan Ellis on strike. Advances. He's going to get himself the single. It's going to be a close run out. They went with Cameron Green's end. They could have had Nathan Ellis at the non-strikers end. He didn't want him, though. Wanted to try and get Cameron Green out, so they do get through for the single there. Australia at this stage, 38. They were able to get their first 50, and then from there, 43, 50, 55, 74. That was a massive one when they did take the 50. Getting 50 off 74 deliveries, and then after that, it was down to 35 for their next one, so they have sped up right at the end. Big full toss there to Abbott. And Nathan Ellis, he went very early, and he is going to be able to get through for it. Now, there is the rule that if you do get it wrong, like they're saying, Nathan Ellis, he's a long way down. He can actually be stumped here if he is outside of his crease, which is a new rule that they have actually added recently back into cricket. The man-cat rule, I think it is called. Currently, Nathan Ellis making his debut in this match. Quite surprised it's his debut, but I guess ODI debut, as I think he has got a little bit of time as a T20. Oliver now, Wasim, be charging in here. Nice ramp shot there from Abbott. He's got just enough of it. 4 more runs. Australia now moving up to 307. And did they try a man-cat? Not quite, but Nathan Ellis is way down the pitch. Or he was at least for that last one anyway. Sorry, I said that was Abbott. That was actually Cameron Green who did that nice ramp shot. But yeah, we'll be interesting to see if they do try one with how quickly he is going down. But I think he's timing it nicely that time. But the first time he was very early. He was about halfway down the pitch before the ball was actually played almost. Now, 307 for 7 here for Australia. If they can get the 310 mark, you'd argue that that could almost be enough in this one. So Wasim Jr., he's gone for 53 runs with 2 balls left now. So it's a pass score, but it's whether or not Pakistan go at a quicker rate than Australia. Big full toss. Nicely played there by Cam Green. And they should get back for a nice, comfortable 2 there if Takar fields it in the deep. Is unable to cut it off before it goes back for the 2. So now Australia sitting on 309, 310 for me. And there's our session. So yeah, single off this ball. I think Nathan Ellis knows that they're running no matter what here. And the big question is he willing to risk his wicket for an extra run for Australia? And I feel like if it's anything like his bowling, his answer 100% will be yes. Because he just pretty much goes around like he's a pocket rocket. And we'll just keep on going and going and going and do what he can to try and help the team towards a total that they will be after. Now Cam Green here on strike for the final ball of the ODI innings for Australia. It's a short ball. It's pulled away. It's gone through the gap, and that's going to be 4 runs. So Pakistan will have to aim for 314 to be able to get themselves this victory. And also, it's a decent score, and the runs are on the board. Is our Aussie doing well, says Danny Lewis. They are indeed. 314 is very solid. Or 313, sorry, but 314 is how many that Pakistan will need to be able to go on and win this match in Lahore, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how it goes. It was a bit of a misfield there from Harris Ralph, and because of it, the 4 runs do tick up nicely. Nonetheless, I guess with that being said, we are at the innings break, which does mean more than likely now I will end up possibly calling it a night. Other than also, cheers, go and enjoy your street, or sorry, your sleep. And there is and also we have got there, that's a good total, nicely batted. And they said Sebastian, yeah, they worked well towards that Australia, and they just didn't quite give up that whole stage. Like, there was that middle batch where I think there was about 75 balls without a wicket, or sorry, 75 balls without a boundary. But then from there, they just kept on going, see if they could rebuild it. And cheers for stream, see you next time. And there's Sebastian, see, it could be tomorrow night for the A-League, maybe. I won't guarantee it, though, just depending on what's going on, because I think for that live stream, it will be if my mum is with me that we do end up doing that one. But nonetheless, Australia being able to get themselves 313 top run scorer head, getting 101 off 72, followed by McDermott, who got 55 off 70, and then Cameron Green not out 40 off 30. Nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. We will see you all for a later date. Be sure to check out the Kiwi Lad Sport if you guys haven't already. Hit us a pin comment in the chat. But yeah, we will see you all for the next one.